When you hear the word Malaysia, the first thing you probably think of is Kuala Lumpur with its Petronas Twin Towers, Instagram-friendly stairs, and amazing architecture. But what if we told you that you could also taste strange strawberry concoctions you've never heard of before? See bright-colored buildings that you'd expect to see in the Caribbean, encounter cute/creepy monkeys, and experience first butterfly flights. You can find desserts the size of your head, desserts that are set on fire, rice that tastes not at all like boring white rice, and delicious smoky noodle dishes. What if you could breathe in the lush green mountains, experience tea plantations that are blissfully uncrowded, stroll tree-covered sidewalks and waterside promenades, and have stunning, far-reaching views? Kuala Lumpur might have been the first thing we thought of too when we heard Malaysia, but it's definitely not anymore. Sit back and relax as we explore the beautiful cultural melting pot that is Western Malaysia.
Welcome back to Tales from Our Pocket. We are in a new country today, Malaysia, and we're super excited. And to start off, we're in a city called Malacca.
We're going to be traveling about Malaysia, exploring the west coast. But as Bill said, we are starting in Malacca. I know a lot of people start their visit to Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. And you might have expected that from us because this is our first time in Malaysia. But we wanted to work from south to north. Plus, Malacca has a ton of historically significant sites, including the church that you can see behind me, which is the oldest church in all of Malaysia and Southeast Asia, right here in Malacca. Malacca itself is also an UNESCO World Heritage City. This is the perfect spot for us to start our Malaysian adventures. St. Paul's Church dates back to 1521, and it began as a Catholic church built by the Portuguese. A little over 100 years later, the church became Protestant when the Dutch took over this territory from the Portuguese. The church remained Protestant until a more centrally located one was built, and this one was allowed to fall into a beautiful state of disrepair that you can still visit today. The gate that you can see behind me is pretty amazing. It is even older than the church that stands at the top of the hill and dates back to the early 1500s. The Portuguese built this and named it Porta de Santiago. And it is one of 4 gates that used to originally protect the fortress at the top of the hill. The Brits destroyed most of the gate and the wall before they left town. But fortunately, they left behind this, so we can still marvel at the incredible engineering that is 500 years old. It's amazing. They have all these really colorful, decorated rickshaw-type bicycle things here. We might have to try one of those out later because it is really dang hot today, and that sounds pretty refreshing. Are you in, Bill?
I can take a load off.
This city is so picturesque. I love all the different colored buildings and the mix of architecture. Wandering around it is just a thing of joy. You never know what you're gonna find. I admit this is one of the more puzzling things I've seen here in Malacca. Exploring the town has actually gotten away from us a little bit. We've realized that we need to start making our way to the mosque because we want to be there in time for visitor hours, which it looks like starts in just a little bit, and we're hoping to be there at sunset. It looks beautiful. So that is where we're headed next. We've arrived at the mosque. I look a little bit different. We are here in time to be able to go inside. I'm not expecting to be able to film. We're dressed appropriately, but we're really interested to see this. So I guess let's take a look at a mosque. That was really neat. We kind of have this guideline that we don't film people who are praying because we don't want to disturb them, or we try not to. We didn't see anything saying no video, so we did capture a little bit while we were in there. It was a beautiful mosque. The setting of this is incredible. It's on a man-made island in the Straits of Malacca. It's beautiful. We're gonna hang out here until sunset, hoping for a really good one. Welcome back to our next day in Malacca. We are going to be dodging some rain today, so we are starting with some of our outdoor sites, beginning with here in the Red Square, or also known as the Dutch Square, because the State House and the church that you can see right behind me are from the Dutch.
To me, it's a little bit funny to call this the Dutch Square. The church and the City Hall, or the Stadhuis, are Dutch. However, the fountain was here to honor Queen Victoria's coronation for the British, and the clock tower is here to honor the Chinese.
Well, here's something unexpected. A windmill. Definitely Dutch. Heading across the river now to Jonker Street, which I think is where a night market is on weekends, and there's supposed to be one tonight. Hopefully it doesn't rain. We are inside a Chinese Buddhist temple, which is sort of at the far end of Jonker Street, which, by the way, I'm not sure whether we're saying correctly. This temple is beautiful. The engravings in the main area and all of the woodwork is gorgeous, so pretty. There's a school group here that seems to be learning about the temple, and there's some chanting playing in the background as you walk through it. I assume that's not live, but it really adds to the atmosphere. It's really cool. I would definitely recommend a stop here. Plus, there are fans going in the main area, which feels really nice on a hot day. We just left the Chinese Buddhist temple behind us and met some locals as we came out of it who explained that there's a Chinese mosque just down the road, specifically for Chinese. So Chinese Buddhist temple, and there's the mosque. So we're gonna head there next on our way to the river walk. The mosque has actually stood here since 1748. That is pretty incredible. Some of the tiles are Portuguese inspired or Portuguese history. They're beautiful. They remind us so much of Portugal. There even seem to be some British influences in some of the tiles, like this one right behind me. So I kind of love how everything comes together, even though this is a Chinese mosque. This is so unique. I'm so glad that it was pointed out to us. It is so peaceful inside of this mosque. We're some of the only people who are here. We are so far from the tourist crowds that we have sort of been in the midst of. Really, it's kind of a nice break, I have to say. Well, we were on our way to the Riverwalk and we realized it was time for lunch and we're hungry. So we found the nearest Peranakan restaurant and it's really well rated. So I am really excited. Peranakan is sort of, I guess, the local food that goes way back. So I think this could be amazing.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to sitting for a bit. It's really hot today. I hope there's air conditioning. All right, our first dish is here. It's chicken rendang. Here comes Bill's fish. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's lit. This looks amazing. When all you want to do is eat, but you gotta record the food. I think both of us are gonna try it, although apparently Bill's is spicy. All right, so we're both gonna try the chicken rendang at the same time, see what it's like. That's tasty. It's slightly peanutty. Here comes the heat.
There's a little bit of heat. It's a peanut-based sauce. Just rich flavors. It's not very hot, at least to my taste.
It's a bit spicy. It's really flavorful, though. I love it. I suppose I need to try this, huh? Is it hotter than the chicken?
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna try Bill's tamarind fish, which he thinks is spicy.
Tamarind Peranakan curry fish.
This is not gonna go well for me, but I'm gonna try it. I do not do well with spice. If you're new to our channel, I try, but I can't handle the heat, so.
It's always fun when she tries spicy food. I think is what she meant to say.
Here goes.
It's not as hot as I was expecting. I just had a little bit of a taste of it when I was serving it earlier. Oh, now the heat's coming on. I take it all back. How's the heat?
Mine might be spicier.
What? Really?
I think so. Oh, wow. They're both delicious. The tamarind flavor of the fish comes out really strongly. The spice actually works really well with it, but the best part is the fish. It is so unbelievably meaty and tender and juicy. It's absolutely delicious fish. Some of the best I've had.
Yeah.
And that's through the spice. It's delicious. It's amazing.
In addition to the fish, there's okra, pineapple, slices of tomato. Together, it's a wonderful combination.
I'm delighted we stopped here. Now we're gonna eat. Catch you on the other side.
Well, that was really delicious. We forgot to mention a little bit more about the style of cooking. We understand that Peranakan put the meat in between two banana leaves along with a bunch of spices, and that gets cooked over the grill, I think, from what I understand, but it was delicious. I also forgot to mention that my fish dish had both a citrus flavor and cilantro, which are always an excellent combination.
That was really good. If you're in the area, we would definitely recommend Atlantic restaurant.
Yeah.
It was delicious. Now we are headed to the Riverwalk area and we're hoping to head up to Malacca's tallest building for a viewpoint over the city. What a pleasant riverside promenade. This is beautiful. A little bit of shade and a little bit of sun. Have I mentioned yet how hot it is in Malaysia? We went to Bali and Singapore a year ago and it was hot, but this is like next level hot. But when you have views like this bridge, it is sort of worth it. How cool is this? What a curious name for a bridge. Georgetown Old Bus Station. Has this not always been a river? Was this a bus depot? I have questions. I love this promenade area. Wow, I wonder how long this goes on for.
Hello.
While it appears to be closed, we get a peek of a view in like one direction, and we get to see a little bit of a view as we go up and down the stairs, but there's nobody here to take our money, and the entrance area is blocked off. So I guess we'll just have to settle for what we're able to see from sort of this entry area, and it is quite a view. we've decided to do something that is at least partially air conditioned for the absolute heat of the day. So here we are, Sultanate Palace. Let's go see what it's like.
2, please. Thank you.
Look how many shoes are here. That was really neat. It was indeed lightly air conditioned. My favorite part were all of the traditional clothing that was upstairs. That was really neat. This building is actually a replica that was built in 1986, and it is built completely without the use of nails, which is sort of mind-blowing. It's incredible. And as we went around, there were replicas, like miniature replicas of a bunch of other similar buildings, and many of those are also built without nails. Apparently that's a thing in Malaysia, to build a gorgeous wooden intricate building like this without nails. I think that's absolutely remarkable. I am glad that we went, and I think we have time to make it to one more museum. Again, we are trying to beat the heat of the day with a little bit of air conditioning, so let's head to the next one. Well, we made it to the Maritime Museum. It's a giant boat that you keep walking by if you're in the historic area. They close in 45 minutes, so this is going to be the fastest walkthrough of this museum. Yeah, it surprised me. I think that this is an incredible format for a building about maritime history.
Right behind us.
Of Malacca. This is a replica of a Portuguese shipping boat, and you go through it to learn about the history of Malacca and its strategic importance. This was fantastic. I really learned a lot, and I'm glad that we were able to make time for it. But now we're on to our next thing, because we still have things we want to do before we hit the night market.
Thank you.
Well, we are standing in line to go up the, what's it called? Timing, sorry. We are standing in line to go up the Space Needle looking thing that we've been walking around the whole time. We are expecting to have a fantastic view all around Malacca, because it circles 360 degrees. Amazing. You can see so far on a clear day like today. Malacca's huge. If I was to choose between the two views that we did today, this is the one that I would recommend.
And all of the other passengers were really excited when the thing started or stopped.
Yeah, that was amazing. I loved it.
Now we're going to go off to try and find a river cruise.
Thank you. Thank you. We're on the next boat, so that we didn't have to wait too long, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Perfect timing. fantastic. We timed it perfectly, so we were able to see everything on the way out, and then the lights came on, and we were able to see everything lit up on the return.
And it was a great value. If you're here, go do it. It's a nice way to take a load off too.
Right, now we are hungry, so we are hoping to find a night market with a little bit of food. A first Malaysian night market. Fingers crossed.
All right.
To admit, this is a lot. There are so many people here packed into a tiny place, and they're barely moving. We're just sort of walking along the outside, hoping that it'll open up at some point so we can try some food. All right, we're gonna try a thing on a skewer. We have no idea what this is, but it smelled and looked good, so we're gonna give it a go. And by we, I mean me. I'm trying it first. Could be fish, could be chicken, could be tofu. Let's find out. Yep, I have no idea what it is. I think it's chicken. It's grilled with a beautiful honey teriyaki glaze on it. It's delicious. It's so juicy and tender. I mean, it's fantastic. At 5 ringgits, this is a bargain. It's so good. Oh my God.
Thank you very much. We've been looking up and down this street for things we haven't tried before. There are a lot of things we saw in Taiwan, and we didn't want to just redo those. So here's something we've never seen before. It's fried black tofu. What makes it black? I have no idea. Maybe if you know, you could let us know. It looks really good, and I've been assured that it's not stinky. And it actually smells fine too. So they've actually taken out the center and they've stuffed it with, it looks like rice and some other vegetables and things. Gonna give it a try. This is full of flavors that I'm just not used to, and they're very good. We ordered a little bit spicy. There's a kind of light vinegar taste to the stuffing inside the tofu, and the tofu itself is soft on the inside, and then it's got a nice hard crust on the outside, so it's an interesting texture. It's really good. What's on top? I don't know, it's just a bunch of vegetables. Anyway, all together, they fit very well. This is delicious. Even Heather will love it.
All right, I guess we're both trying it for funsies tonight. I'm getting one that has some cilantro on it. It has been soaked in the sauce at the bottom. It smells really pickled. It reminds me of like kimchi. I don't really know what to expect here. There's the spice. It doesn't have like the same pungency as the stinky tofu did, which is obviously just much stronger. Plus you can smell that from a mile away, and this you can't. But it reminds me of it. It's like a hint of the stinky tofu, just the vinegary taste, the slight fermentation that you get by combining the vinegar and the tofu here. It's really kind of odd. I would call this like a light stinky tofu without the stink. I don't know. Maybe you've had it and you've also had stinky tofu and you're with me. Let me know.
Thank you very much. So we couldn't leave Malacca without finding ourselves a coconut milkshake. We hear these are characteristic of the region, it's their specialty, and we had to try one while we were here. It's just a mix of bits of coconut, some shave ice, maybe some ice cream in here, we're not exactly sure, but here goes. Definitely lots of coconut water. It's very refreshing. Coconut water mixed with chunks of coconut and a little bit of ice mixed in. I think ice cream on the top here. I'm going to try the top bit. Okay, that's amazing. It's just super refreshing on a really hot night. It's great.
Well, we did as many things as we could while we were in Malacca. This city is an amazing start to our Malaysia adventures, and I can't wait for more.
Welcome to another hot and beautiful day here in Malaysia. We've made our way from Malacca to
Kuala Lumpur. We are starting at Freedom Square. It's the name of this beautiful lawn surrounded by some gorgeous buildings that we are going to take the time to go stop in front of and tell you about each of them and sort of make our way around this cultural, historic part of Kuala Lumpur. And then to contrast this sort of older area, we are going to end the evening at Petronas Towers, which we are so excited to be. It's an iconic building or buildings here in Kuala Lumpur.
We hear there's a great light show there.
So that is the plan for the day. Plus there's going to be some food along the way. You're not going to want to miss this. I am shocked. This is amazing. I think we have a great day in store. It was this exact spot behind me that in August of 1957, the British flag was lowered and the Federation of Malaya's flag was raised for the very first time. There were crowds everywhere in this square and everybody sung the national anthem for the very first time and then cried, Merdeka, Merdeka, independence, independence, right here at this very spot. I'm so glad that they have it marked, and you can kind of imagine the crowds filling in the square, crowded in, just excited. It's kind of amazing to be able to be here and be surrounded by this kind of contemporary history. I love it. It's worth noting that even though that is the spot, there is a far more prominent flag now at the far end of the square that stands proudly. It's huge, and the flag is sort of billowing in the wind, and it really is beautiful. Also, there is what appears to be a cricket pitch thing, so I guess they must occasionally play cricket on the square. I know we just got here, but like this is my favorite place in Kuala Lumpur so far. Can I say that on day one? I don't know. We have found ourselves inside of the City Gallery Cafe, where it is very noisy and very busy. In order to enter here, you put your name on a list, and after maybe a 30 to 60 minute wait, you're able to enter and try one of their delicious looking desserts. Bill's trying their famous durian cake, and I went with something a little bit safer and got an almond pastry and a beverage. We are super excited to have a break, but we're even more excited to have our first try of something durian flavored, which we've been seeing all over Malaysia so far. So here's Bill.
Now, I've never actually had anything that was properly durian. I can smell it. The smell of durian is notorious world over. It's durian. It actually doesn't smell that bad in my humble opinion, but give it a try here. So, I don't know how to describe that taste to somebody who hasn't had durian before, like me. It's mildly sour and salty. It tastes like something I've had in a Chinese restaurant. Kind of like a sweet and sour sauce, but more on the sour side. Just wait until you try it. I don't know that I'm a huge fan. I will eat this, but maybe not for me.
How small of a piece can I get away with? Oh my God, the smell. Now this cake already has things going against it for me because I don't love cream fillings. And I can smell it, but it doesn't smell anything like stinky tofu, which is the worst smelling food I've ever had. So durian crepe cake, here goes. I have a proper something that we'd like on standby. I might just dive into that next. Can I just keep stalling? All right, durian crepe cake. Oh my God.
The thing.
That did not go well for me. It was easier to eat than stinky tofu, but it tastes like gym socks. It tastes how it smells. I did not love it. Okay, so let's Let's end with something maybe a little bit more up our American palate alley. All of the desserts here looked incredible. So let's just clear away the durian flavor. Bill's gonna finish that? Wow, impressive, we'll see. Let's try the almond croissant. Gotta clear away the gym socks. Wow, people like that here? Wow. We still have to try regular durian here. Almond croissant. Oh, all I taste is the, oh my God. Oh my God. I also ordered an almond croissant, not expecting it to be filled with almond paste, but it is, and it's absolutely incredible. It's delicious. I'm glad that Bill already said on camera that he was gonna finish the durian cake so I can have the almond one to myself. Well, that was special.
Also, I didn't make it through the durian cake. Sorry. Sorry, Kuala Lumpur.
Since we're already here, we're gonna take a peek around the city gallery. It's free and it's kind of cool in here, so I guess let's see what we can find out about Kuala Lumpur at their city gallery. We have high expectations because Singapore's was pretty amazing. Found the upstairs of the city gallery, which seems to be some fun photo spots. So we took advantage of them, like this one back here. Well, not with him though. Also, there's the Statue of Liberty in here.
And the Sphinx and...
Okay, where are we? Oh, there's the Eiffel Tower. Oh, the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
We're everywhere.
I don't know. Something has gone wrong. The building right back here is the City Gallery. The building dates back to 1898 itself and used to house printing presses, so it has a bit of history. It also holds a bit of durian, which we still are burping. It was free, it was an easy stop, there's some bathrooms tucked in the back and a little courtyard. It was kind of a fun little respite from the heat. Fan feels really good. So we are back to Independence Square, which is where we left off, and there's a lot more people here than there were when we left. There are 12 tour buses that are here with us now. There were 0 here with us a few hours ago. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon, so I guess this place gets really hopping after lunch. The fountain that you can see behind me honors Queen Victoria and has been here since, you guessed it, the British colonial period. So the fountain is over 100 years old.
Normally X marks the spot. Here 0 marks the spot. 0 point is city.
All the addresses in Kuala Lumpur start here and span outwards. So far, we've been covering some of the sites off of the square that are maybe a little bit lesser known. So let's hit one of the biggies, and I'm talking about the most incredible brick building that you can see behind me. It used to be named something else, but was renamed in honor of the Sultan who was Sultan when construction began on this building. Over 5 million bricks were used in the construction of it, which I guess is not that hard to believe because the building is massive. I love all of the archways. It reminds me of some Moorish architecture that we've seen in southern Spain. And I don't know what the copper domes remind me of, but they're beautiful. Given its dominance of the square, I would say it's the Sultan of the square.
Opposite the Sultan of the Square is the Sporting Club, or at least it was for a couple years. It then turned into a general social club, and they whiled away the hours, days, even months playing cricket. The first cricket game was between married and single men. The married men won by a wide margin.
This square mainly has a British influence, and that really surprises me.
The Brits would feel right at home with the half-timbered buildings and social club.
They really would. Now we are headed to something that I don't think we've done before in our travels in Southeast Asia, and that is going to an Anglican church.
No, I don't think we've done that before.
3 hours later and we're still burping durian. When does it end? All right, we are here at St. Mary's Church. Now this is the oldest Anglican church in all of Southeast Asia, right here in Kuala Lumpur. And what's really cool about this crossroads of different people and cultures in Kuala Lumpur is just as we arrived here, I can hear the call of prayer off in the distance. I think that's really neat. The church dates from the late 1800s and the gardens outside are beautiful, so I'm really curious to take a look inside. That was really cool. I think that is the first time that we have gone to a church here in Southeast Asia and understood what was going on, where we recognize the symbols, whether it's the crosses or the baptism font or even the pulpit where services are delivered from. It is kind of nice to get that little feeling of home while we're here. So I thought it was a really cool stop. I'm glad that we did it. But now we're gonna head to a religion that we are not familiar with, but trying to learn more about. We are at the most beautiful mosque. You can hear the call to prayer going on behind me. But unfortunately, their visiting hours closed an hour and 15 minutes ago. It is stunning from the outside. I'm really bummed that we can't go in. We have the right clothes with. But it is what it is. I couldn't find the visiting hours anywhere online. We're gonna put the current visiting hours down in the description. So if you're watching this, you're coming to Kuala Lumpur, don't make the mistake that we did. It looks absolutely beautiful. Why can't I stop burping durian?
Still the durian? Really? Still?
We've got to do something about this durian flavor. So we are going to take the metro a few stops to Kampong Baru, which we understand to be sort of a traditional Malay area. And that's what we're in search of for today's video. So hopefully we can find something good. We're told it's authentic. This neighborhood was recommended to us by a local who we spoke with earlier in the day, and we were looking for some authentic Malay dishes, and this is where she said to come. It looks amazing. Check out this gate behind me. This neighborhood is one of the oldest neighborhoods in all of Kuala Lumpur. Let's go see where the longest line is and find out what they're all eating. We have made our choice for dinner. This place, by far, has the most people who are eating at it and some people who seem to be waiting outside. And we looked them up online and they're known for their nasi lemak, which we've not had yet. So I think this is it. Also, if we're still hungry afterwards, there's always more durian. It's 3 hours later and we're still burping durian.
Still the durian?
I'm just kidding. We will try actual durian, but we need to give it a few days, not today. There is a steady stream of cars coming in. It is a very popular neighborhood for dinner.
This place is so popular they need their own traffic control.
All right, we went through the line and it went really fast. You pretty much just pointed at things and we don't really know what we got. We ordered nasi lemak, which is a rice that's made with, I think, maybe coconut milk. We haven't had it yet, but it looks like white rice, so I'm really curious to see how it's different. So I got a chicken that they said was a little bit sweet, and Bill went with chicken rendang. There's also a healthy amount of sambal on our plate, so that's going to be exciting. So let's give the rice a try. Oh, it actually smells coconutty. Oh, I'm really surprised. Okay. You know how when you see something and you're like, oh, I know what that tastes like because I've had it probably literally a million times in my life? This white rice is not that. I am shocked by how good and how different this tastes. It does not taste at all like regular white rice. It absolutely tastes like a fragrant coconut rice. I am shocked. This is amazing. That is coconutty in all the right ways. I'm going to eat this like every day that we're here in Malaysia. It's amazing. Oh my God. I'm always nervous about red sauces because red to me equals spicy. They said this was sweet. I hope they didn't mean sweet and spicy. It is sweet and slightly spicy, but I kind of expect that. Wait, it's coming on still. No, we're okay. I've got this. It's every time I swallow. So it is spicy. I don't really know how to describe the red sauce on this chicken. The chicken itself is very tender and just sort of falls off the bone. It's really good, but I don't know what the flavors are of the red sauce. Like, I want to say it's a barbecue because that's the only thing I know to describe it in my American English words, but it's not quite barbecue. It is indeed a bit sweet. It's definitely spicier than I'm used to.
This is not an act.
Every time I swallow it, it hits me differently. It is a little bit spicy. That's just because I'm a wimp, not because it's actually spicy. It's delicious though, and it goes really well with the rice. We also got a potato and the rendang chicken, which Bill's going to try. And I'm just going to sit here and eat a piece of cucumber because I have to.
I also tried Heather's chicken, and I would give it a solid medium, but it does come on real slow, and it picks up toward the end. So that's a fun dish. So we've got two things left to try here. We've got what looks like a fried russet potato or a baked potato, and then the chicken rendang.
Hey Bill, why don't you try the potato with the sambal sauce?
I think that's a great idea. I'll try that. I haven't tried a lot of sambals, usually just with skewers that we've had. Here it is on the potato. So my sense is that's a little bit spicier than Heather's chicken, but it might be the same sauce. I'm not entirely sure. The potato itself is very soft compared to how we would normally have things in the U.S., which is really interesting, and it's got a good flavor. Yeah, it's great. The sambal is where it's at, though. And then we've got chicken rendang. That spice comes on slow. Excuse me a moment. All right, chicken rendang. All right, that's excellent. So I got a chicken thigh, and the chicken is just super soft. I can't tell you how soft and delicious the chicken is, in just a very lightly spicy sambal or curry type sauce on the top. It's not that spicy. So Heather, actually, you got the wrong dish.
All right, that was amazing. Now we're headed to the Petronas Towers, which I thought I had seen off in the distance, but now we can't see them from where we are. We have not seen them up close yet. I'm really excited to see them, and I understand that there's a light show, so that's what we're trying to get there in time for, the light and music show that is on the hour at 8, 9, and 10. That is where we're headed now with very full bellies. That was so good. Bill pretty much licked the plate clean.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Busiest bridge in all of Kuala Lumpur, for sure. I mean, it's really pretty and it has a great view, so I get it. But we were just trying to hurry our way to the towers, weaving our way through the people. They are gorgeous, all lit up at night. They sort of look like they're made of lace, which is impossible.
Well, they're very majestic in any case.
I love that they're not square or rectangular. They're just absolutely stunning. And we made it here just in time for the light show, which was 2 songs, not very long, but still amazing.
Yep.
This was
fantastic.
a great first day in Kuala Lumpur.
Welcome back to another great day in Kuala Lumpur. Where are we?
Guess where we are? We are somewhere iconic in or near Kuala Lumpur that pretty much every tourist goes to. Have you guessed? All right, let's show them. That's right, we are at Batu Caves. This looks like an incredible Hindu temple. So yesterday we visited an Anglican church in central Kuala Lumpur. We sort of stood on the outskirts of a stunning mosque. And today we're visiting the Hindu temple at Batu Caves. We're gonna follow this up by a visit to Little India because that just seems appropriate for lunch. But first, we need to climb nearly 300 steps to see the temple that's at the top inside the cave.
All right.
That's a lot of steps.
Yes.
And I already spotted our first monkey. I heard there were monkeys here.
There's a lot of monkeys, actually. She hasn't seen them, all the monkeys I've seen.
All right. All right, this is gonna be great. I'm excited. We're here, by the way, first thing in the morning. It is not quite 8:30. We are attempting to beat the heat today. And so far, I think it's working. Bill's right, there are monkeys everywhere. They're all over this construction behind me. Monkeys are out. That's what we've learned in our experience. Unless you find them like in the wild, they are just out. Can I say that here? Probably not. Bill probably had to beat that. Sorry, YouTube. If you visit here, know that if you are a lady, you need to have your legs covered. So pants or long skirt, and if you don't have those, then there is a place where you can rent something. It looks like at the bottom. And that's why I'm wearing pants to start off the day. Also know that the stairs are pretty steep.
My feet don't fit.
And there's no alternate way up. There's no ramp. There's no elevator. If you struggle with stairs or are unable to do them, then this is not for you. Or you could just enjoy it from the bottom. Oh, look at it. Oh man, that's tall. We're almost there already, I think. Well, we made it to the top, dodging a few monkeys on the way. The entry to this is really tall, like taller than I expected. Oh, but we made it. There is a religion that we are fascinated by since we've come to Southeast Asia, but do not understand even a little bit. It's gotta be Hinduism, even though I seem to have been made an honorary member for the day. There was a guy at the beginning who seemed to be doing like a ceremony of some kind, and he invited me over and did this without any words, so this just happened. As things do when you travel. This is a religion that we've attempted to learn more about. We find it so interesting, all of the colors and the interesting reliefs and statues. It's really interesting, we just don't understand it. Also, are the monkeys sacred? Because there really are a lot of them here. Oh, my dust keeps falling on my...
We've gotten a little ways into the cave and went to the first temple. The monkeys mostly have gone now, but now we've got roosters.
Surely they did not climb 300 stairs to get to the temple on their own. Or did they?
And pigeons. Lots of things flying around. We're pretty sure not all of them are birds. We haven't seen too many bats yet.
Yes, apparently there are bats. As if me and monkeys weren't enough, I might become a vampire today. How exciting. The cave at the top of the second set of stairs is spectacular. There's another small temple up here. The cave itself is worth walking up to. It's beautiful. Also, I've learned from somebody else's very helpful tour guide that I've activated some chakra by having my dot.
We put this thing to activate the chakra.
Okay.
You have to put a point to say I'm married or not married.
Ah, okay.
But actually it is to activate your chakra.
Okay. I don't know. It's part of travel, doing things that you are unfamiliar with. We are heading back down, and we can tell already that there's a lot more people down in the square at the base of the steps than when we began this morning. It also feels a little bit warmer out than when we began. Before we head back down, just a couple of tips if you are not a fan of monkeys, things we've learned from our travels. Tuck away all of your water bottles, tuck away all of your food, and any straps that are hanging from your bags, also tuck those away. And don't bring them out until you've passed all the monkeys and you're at the very top. And then we did not encounter any once we were past the initial gate. They will take your water bottle. We watched a monkey watch a man pass the monkey, and the monkey checked behind the man for a bag or a water bottle as the man went by. I mean, it's no joke. Protect your belongings. Bill is risking our camera. The babies are so cute. So a lot of people wonder, is it worth coming here? And to be honest, I kind of need to think about it. So I think at the end of the video, we'll let you know if we thought coming to the temple here at Batu Caves was worth it. So stay tuned. If you look real close, there are about 900,000 pigeons on this tree. I counted. I did not count, but gosh. Well, you made it to the brickfields area of Kuala Lumpur. This is the area also known as Little India, which is a good thing because we are starving. We got up at 5:30 in order to get to Batu Caves as early as we could and we are ready to enjoy some delicious Indian food for lunch. So we are going to do that straight away. And depending on how we're feeling afterwards, then we're going to explore the area and see what the buildings look like and maybe do some shopping. First dish is already here, and it is a tandoori cauliflower that smells and looks incredible. They must have a grill back there because this smells wood-fired. I'm super excited to try it. It came with a sauce that's green, and I have no idea what the flavors are, but we're just gonna try it. I'm going all in. Oh, a little spicy. A lot spicy. Oh, that's really good. That's spicy. That is delicious. The cauliflower is not crispy. It's just on the other side of crispy. It's perfectly done, I would say, for a grilled cauliflower. I don't know what the flavors are because I don't know the words to describe this other than, for me, it's a bit spicy. It's a bit smoky. It has a wonderful texture to it. It's just, this is so good. I'm really glad that we ordered this. It's the perfect beginning to our Indian meal. I wish I knew where the spice was coming from. Oh, yep, the spice is in the cauliflower. I can confirm.
We didn't really know where to begin on the Indian menu. We enjoy Indian food, but we need to try new things. There was thumbs up on something called tawa chicken, and that's what we have here. Thumbs up means it's like a chef's specialty or something. It looks really good. It's a rich tomato-based sauce with not too much heat in it. It's very delicious. It's also got onions, green peppers, and it looks like mint on top. Just some really good flavors.
Well, that was delicious. It was fun to try something that we'd never heard of before, along with something that we had, and the breads were fantastic. Definitely we'd recommend this if you're looking for some more authentic Indian food, which probably that was the most authentic Indian food that we've ever had. It was amazing. We're not done with this neighborhood yet. We're hoping to find some really fun architecture. Let's go wander. It is very worth noting that not only was that meal delicious, but it was air conditioned, which we are finding that we need for our midday break. It is just so, for us, hot and humid here. We can hardly handle the heat. And then we had spicy food for lunch. To this area and left KL Central, we turned one direction for food, but if we had gone in the opposite direction to the right, we would have discovered an amazing fountain and even more arches and a super colorful neighborhood. It's pretty amazing. So we went left for food, but if you go right, this neighborhood looks incredible. And I can see that there's all sorts of lights that probably come on after dark. We're not gonna stay that long, but if you're visiting this neighborhood, That could be a really fun time to come. Motorcycle just drove through here. Okay. I mean, if you don't like the way I drive, get off the sidewalk.
Earlier in the video, we said we would answer the question, are Batu Caves worth visiting?
And the short answer is yes, but let's elaborate. When I was researching Batu Caves online, I read a lot of comments about how dirty the area was. The temple itself is very clean. In fact, somebody was sweeping while we were there, but the area around it definitely had a lot of garbage. So I would say that that was half true and half false.
It does take a little while to get to Batu Caves. It's just a little bit outside the Kuala Lumpur city center. It took about 35 minutes by public transport, but it is a kind of pilgrimage for tourists. You've got to go. It's a really unique cultural experience that you can only get here in Kuala Lumpur.
And afterwards, complete your visit by taking the commuter line, which will take you directly to KL Central and drop you off in the heart of Little India, so you can experience an incredible, authentic Indian lunch, and then take in some of the fun pillars and architecture, and maybe do some shopping while you're still in the area.
Welcome to another wonderful day in Kuala Lumpur. Today we're going to explore Chinatown, but we've heard this isn't the best area of town. We're going to find out today if that's still the case.
To answer that question, we are starting at the Chan Shi Chu Yuan Ancestral Hall, which is sort of on the southern end of Chinatown. We'll also be visiting the oldest Taoist temple in all of Kuala Lumpur, the oldest Hindu temple in all of Kuala Lumpur, and also its most famous shopping and food street. This should be an amazing afternoon. I am really excited to be exploring Chinatown, but first, the Ancestral Hall. Let's go take a look. This is the Chan Shi Chu Yuan Ancestral Hall. As I understand it, this building was used to unite immigrants that had the last name of Chan who came from China. And if you were part of that last name, you would be able to come here and find assistance with housing and jobs, and you'd be able to network with people that you might have been related to, even if it was distant. Chan is one of the largest last names in China, so people really had a great resource when they came to Kuala Lumpur back when this area was first being settled by immigrants in the 1800s. I imagine it was a source of relief to be able to come to a city that was being built back during the tin mining period and know that you had an area of comfort, an area of resources that would help you feel a little bit more at home. This hall was constructed around 120 years ago, and it is amazing. Not only were all of the materials brought in from southern China, but so were the craft workers. And it stands here still today. Some of it is in better shape than others. These gray tiles behind me are pristine. Clearly they have been well cared for over the years. Some of the paintings that are up above look like they could stand a little bit of restoration, like this one up here in the corner. And some of the paintings are beautiful. This one looks like it maybe has had some renovation work done. I can't believe the craftsmanship that went into this hall. It is a stunning piece of architecture and something that you should visit if you come to Chinatown. Don't miss this on the far southern end. This is the perfect start for our Chinatown experience today. thought that was really cool. What did you think about it, Bill?
It was fantastic. Got to learn a ton about the origin of the temple and how it played a part really in the formation of Malaysia and some of the characters involved. And there's some great art off in the side rooms that we were able to go into. Strongly recommend checking out the temple.
Very informative English descriptions in the side rooms that Bill mentioned also. And now we are at the oldest Hindu temple in Kuala Lumpur, but we are going to come back to it. It's right here. Because the oldest Tao temple closes earlier, and we want to make sure that we get into it. So they're only a few blocks apart from one another, and that's where we're headed next. The oldest Tao temple in Kuala Lumpur. We are just outside the Singajisia temple, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the oldest Taoist temple in all of Kuala Lumpur. This temple was founded 160 years ago, more or less, by a Hakka immigrant named Yap Aloy. By the way, if we haven't mentioned it, we are doing our best with the names, and we know we're not perfect at them, but we try really hard, so points. Anyhow, this temple was founded by Hakka immigrant Yap Aloy. And what I think is really neat about his story is that he first came from China to the Malay Peninsula and landed in Malacca, where we just came from. So it's kind of neat when we're able to trace people's history to places that we've been. And for me, that makes this temple even more special. Was a really cool temple. We did not record any impressions while we were inside because this seems to mainly be filled with local practitioners, and we don't want to disturb them while they're practicing worship. I loved all of the architecture that was there. There were engravings, there were paintings. The tile on the floor was intricate and beautiful. This was a smaller temple, and because of that, the smoke from the joss sticks kind of filled up the main temple area. So if you are prone to breathing problems, this is probably a temple you'll want to look at from the outside. But it was really cool to be able to go inside and just look around it a little bit and experience the oldest Taoist temple in all of Kuala Lumpur. It was stunning. There's also a museum about this temple, but we don't have time for it today. It costs 20 ringgit to go into.
Now we're going to backtrack a little bit to the Hindu temple we mentioned, and after that, we're going to get some food. We're pretty hungry.
Here we are at the oldest Hindu temple in all of Kuala Lumpur, right here in Chinatown. I find Malaysia to be this fascinating mix of cultures, and I absolutely am loving it. This particular temple has a bit of renovation going on right now, so there's some scaffolding covering some of the areas, but the tile work here is beautiful, and all the colors, as is typical of the Hindu religion, are vibrant and gorgeous. We're now at the famous Petaling Street, and only one of us is mic'd, so Bill can say things, but you won't know. We are going to take a walk down this, maybe do a little bit of shopping, and we are hoping to find some snacks to try, but we'll see. So far, this is really busy, but it's super scenic with the Chinese lanterns hanging above us. And it's a covered area, so even if it rains a little bit, you are completely protected from the elements. So that's really nice. As is usual for Asia, we are surprised by what we saw. This was just sort of a shopping street filled with like all the knockoffs you can imagine. I do not think that there was actual brand name stuff in there, but it was a really fun street. The only food that we saw, I think, was a durian stand, so we're gonna have to go seek out something else. That also was really busy. I wouldn't necessarily go shopping there for like souvenirs that you want to bring home that are indicative of the area, but if you want a fun story to tell your friends, this is a great place to go. If you want an alternative to Petaling Street that's a little bit less hectic, but you still want to get some shopping done, we'd recommend Central Market, which you can see behind me. It's a little bit more organized. The prices might be a little bit more expensive, but they are fixed prices, so there's no haggling, and it's air conditioned. Upstairs, don't miss the food court where you can enjoy some local food and also take a load off because it's probably hot outside and you deserve it. Amazing is this alley. It's sort of tucked off of one of the main roads and we just completely stumbled into it. This wasn't on a map or anything that we were following. It's amazing. There's so many different like paintings, some of them sort of 3D on the side that you can play with. This is so cool. Probably my favorite part of Chinatown so far. Well, since we discovered this cute alley, we thought, since we're still hungry, that maybe we should just choose one of these restaurants to eat at. So
there's one in here that specializes in Chinese buns. It sounds really good.
We love buns. Can I say that?
You can say that on YouTube.
They look really good, so we're gonna see if they have a table. And some air conditioning. Just like the size of my head. I was not expecting it to be quite this big. It looks amazing though. The fried chicken looks tender, the salad on it looks amazing, and Bill's looks even amazinger.
If by chance you're watching this, trying to learn English, amazinger, it isn't a word.
Okay, my first bite is just mainly chicken. All right, let's dig in. Oh. That is a really tangy sauce on there. I think it's a tangy mayo, and the chicken is super crispy and delicious. I haven't gotten much of the salad yet, and I think it might take me a while to eat this with a fork and a knife, but it's delicious. I'm very happy with my choice.
What Heather hasn't mentioned is we haven't really eaten since breakfast this morning. We're both really hungry. So I got the pork bao. I'm not really sure what to make of this. There's 2 giant slabs of pork on here with peanuts. Looks like cilantro or coriander and onions and some other things. Not really sure. Just take a slice here and see what we get. I think it's pork belly. That's delicious. It's very fatty. In fact, I think fat equals taste most of the time, right? That was fantastic. Once I dug into my bun a little bit more, the pork got a little meatier, and there's some other fun things going on I didn't mention on camera. There was a nice crunch coming from some peanuts. It was really good anyway. And I know what you're thinking, okay, we were just in there probably with a bunch of tourists. Well, we were tired and hungry, and it was the right place at the right time. So that was dinner. We'd recommend it. Da bao.
Hey, should we go back in? We set out in this video to answer the question, is Chinatown worth it? We had heard that it was a little bit shady, a little bit seedy, and we wanted to see for ourselves. And it seems like they've encountered some vandalism in the past because there's some barbed wire circling the temple. And the answer is, it is a little bit rough around the edges. But it absolutely is still worth coming here. There is so much history to this part of Kuala Lumpur that we absolutely recommend it.
Welcome back to another beautiful day in Malaysia.
We're somewhere a little bit different today.
Titanic? I'm not sure why this is called the Titanic.
We have made our way to Ipoh, and we are dodging some rain today, and we have decided to come to the Chin Sim Ling Cultural Center, which looks really interesting online. It kind of looks like a little mini taste of Malaysia. So in between thunderstorms, this is where we have chosen to spend our time. We are hoping to be able to explore Ipoh Central later on today. Look at the old photos. But we'll have to see how it goes. We just got here, and it looks like they have some bikes that you can take around for free. So I think we need to grab one.
Are we ready?
All right, let's go. We have to pedal at the same time? I can't reach. We're already passing things.
We also have to agree on a direction.
We're both trying to steer. This is so not going well. Okay, it looks like we can't go that way, so let's go left. Think we can go to the right? Yeah. Yeah, turn around. Okay, we're gonna tip. We're gonna tip. We're gonna tip.
I need you to push.
We're heading back. We're gonna drop this off. I only know how to pedal hard.
Yeah.
I only know how to give her all she's got. Break, break. Well, that was a very hectic beginning. We ended up just biking around the area to kind of scope out the place and see what we were in for today. It looks really interesting. That bike was much more difficult to manage than we expected, right?
Having a backseat driver is one thing. Having a front seat driver who has all the same controls that you do is completely different.
I'll say, it was hard.
We also have to agree on a direction.
We're both trying to steer. That goes both ways. Okay.
I'm not disagreeing.
All right, we're gonna explore by foot now.
All right, that'll just be better for everyone.
This is clearly a pretty touristy thing to do. You can tell by the hat, which is free, and the bikes, which were also free at the entryway. Sometimes we find the touristy things to absolutely be worth it. They're touristy for a reason. They're popular for a reason. Sometimes they're absolutely not. Is this worth it or is it not? We had to see for ourselves because the photos that we saw online were way too intriguing for us to pass this opportunity up. This place kind of reminds me of like the folk villages that have been assembled in Europe, which we love like a lot. Is it worth it? Let's go find out. While the Aboriginal village has a lot of paintings on the walls, I don't know if they're to like tell us who used to use this kind of village, but there's also like a little room off of the main room that has tigers painted on it. And I'm hoping Aboriginals did not have tigers in their houses, but maybe they did. The umbrella walk that we just did leads you to a walk down memory lane, which starts off just a little bit strangely. Definitely not our memories. I guess I've eaten too much Malaysian food.
It turns out this really is a trip down memory lane. My grandparents in England, this is how they used to dry their clothes, with a good old wringer.
There's a dinosaur up here. Definitely not my memories. I'm old, I'm not that old. I hate clowns. I have spotted something we've never seen before, and it's something that Bill is going to be really excited about.
Well, I'd be excited about ice cream, but you're telling me we haven't seen this before.
Right. Okay.
All right.
I'm leaving him to it.
What is it? 100 plus freezy pack? Okay, that could be amazing.
Bill loves 100 plus, so I'm pretty sure this is happening.
We got to try this. I love 100 plus. I've been enjoying it all over Singapore and Malaysia, and I've also been enjoying the ice cream, which means I've been digging in the ice cream boxes, and I've never seen this. So it's 100 plus hydration bar original, citrus flavored ice confection. 100 plus is always really refreshing on a hot day. All right, so it's kind of like a popsicle, and you push it up from the bottom. Give it a try. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's 100 plus, there isn't a lot of fizz to it, which is just fine. And it's just got a citrus, nice, cold, refreshing flavor. It's really good.
Well, that was a nice little break. We are continuing past where we enjoyed our Coke and ice pop. And we're in a different part of the lake with a boat that looks like it's not seaworthy. Hey, it says boat graveyard. I'm just kidding, I have no idea what it says. And I think we'll be circling around the tip of this.
I think this park is a lot bigger than we originally imagined. It's taking us a long time to get around.
Yeah, it sure is. Oh my God, It's monkeys.
It says there are monkeys up there.
There's definitely.
Haven't seen them yet. It's really great here. The water just has a nice look to it. It's all silvery. Don't have to wait till late in the day. It's great.
And there's monkeys.
For real.
There really are. For the love of God, don't bump your head again. In case you hadn't noticed, yes, we are truly embracing all of the interactive areas and art that we are coming across while we're here. Sometimes you just gotta let go and embrace your inner child.
Arr.
You may enter. Grilling is so boring. Let's travel. Ooh, someone has to tell us what that says.
I was very bad.
Apparently we chose poorly with our bicycle choice earlier. This is how we should have been traveling around. And I do mean Bill pulling me, not the other way around. This is a wishing tree. For 3 ringgit, you can write your wish on one of the wish belts they were labeled as, and then you fling your wish up into the tree and hopefully it comes true. I don't actually know the rules associated with it, but based on what I've seen people do, that seems to be how it works. It really is pretty to look at. This is an awful lot of wishes. Her butt doesn't fit. Wait. Okay. There's a dog! What a view! There are so many photo spots here. I love this one.
So we're back near the entrance, so please excuse the very loud duck and rooster, some rooster sounds anyway.
It's like a duck fight going on.
Sounds serious. Some kind of territorial duck dispute. What did you think of the place? I kind of thought it was an interesting, there's a lot of duck sounds. The ducks have calmed down. What did you think of the place?
I thought this was really interesting. I liked that there was this collection of a bunch of different, like, I want to say modern, but I mean that in the past 100 years or so, of different artifacts. There were televisions and typewriters and the jukeboxes, and it was just really fun to enjoy that. And I think my favorite part was seeing all of the families spending the time with their loved ones enjoying the park, and that was really cool to witness.
Yeah, definitely lots of Malaysians and locals enjoying the place.
We are not done in this area yet. The rain is holding off, so we, I think, are headed to our next destination, which we'll let you know what it is when we figure it out. After considering our options, we took a grab to Georgetown, also known as the Cave of Great Happiness. What I hear is cave of possibly cool interior, because it is really hot out today. So we thought we'd come here first, and hopefully the rain continues to hold off and we can make it to Mirror Lake afterwards, because that's kind of the third thing back in this area that we really want to go to today. But first, we gotta go check out the caves.
If you decide to come here, whatever you do, don't bring your pet rabbit.
Well, we made it to the entrance of the cave, and it is indeed cooler in here. It is wonderful. There's a slight breeze coming from inside the cave, which I always find kind of odd. Where is the wind coming from? How does that work? I could probably ask Bill, and he actually knows.
What question have you got? I'm an engineer. I have all the answers.
Why is there wind rushing out of a cave that's an enclosed space?
I have no idea.
I just saw somebody go by the stairs on an electric bicycle. How big is this place? Oh.
I've got it. There's another end to the cave.
These look like waterfalls. They're beautiful. We're at the far end of the cave now, and this is the source of the wind. And what we did not realize is that beyond the far end of the cave, there's like a park down in a valley, and there's more of those two-people bikes down there that we could have borrowed to ride around the valley area, and that would have been really nice. The gates currently close at 4:30. I don't know if that's the normal time, but it's just about 4:30 now, and we absolutely missed it. Still, we can overlook the valley, and it is gorgeous. That was really cool. I mean that in a literal sense. The rain is still holding off. I can see it moving in, but we are gonna try to still get to Mirror Lake and scope it out. It is open until 6, it's 4:30. We should have enough time to explore it a little bit, and then we're gonna head into town for dinner. It's kind of a full afternoon. Well, we made it to the entrance to Mirror Lake, which turns out to be much bigger than just a lake. There's a small entrance fee to get in, and there's a boat ride, which we obviously don't have time for, and some hikes, and I just don't know how much we're gonna be able to get done in an hour. I had no idea this was such a big area, but we're gonna do what we can. The view is beautiful, and the rain has started. Perfect timing. It seems that a lot of things on the map are still being developed. We went through Miners Tunnel, and then once we reached the end, we opened up into this incredible view of a beautiful lake surrounded on all sides by cliffs and a few monkeys. But it doesn't seem... monkeys. But it doesn't seem to go anywhere else. Still, the view from the end of the tunnel is beautiful, so pretty. There are some boats that you can rent to go around the lake once you reach this spot, but we did not get here soon enough. We're just enjoying the monkeys who are monkeying around. I think it's dinner time for everybody.
picked a great place in town for dinner, and you can come with us.
We have booked our 4th grab for a day. We are so grateful that the grabs here are affordable. It makes not having a rental car so easy.
It's fantastic.
It's especially fantastic when you're surrounded by thunder. That rain is a-coming. Oh man, I can't wait to go eat. I'm starving. Come on, grab.
All right, let's go.
Sometimes when we choose a restaurant for dinner, it's a little bit of Russian roulette. We have no idea what we're going to end up with, and we usually go on Google reviews. Well, I think we've stumbled into something amazing for tonight. We have happened to just stumble across what is reportedly Malaysia's oldest restaurant, right here in Ipoh. It began in 1906 and hasn't been operating for a long time, but somebody bought, refurbished, and reopened this place 5 years ago. Look at the old photos. Not only is this restaurant one of the oldest or the oldest in Malaysia, but the tile work on the floor is original to the building and it's beautiful. I'm so glad they didn't cover it up. At the same time, they've installed modern convenience like air conditioning, which is really nice today, but they've covered up all of the aircon units on the wall with wooden surroundings. I think in the US we would call it plantation style, but it just fits the building here. So it's nice to have the modern convenience of aircon on such a hot day, but be able to see original features like the tile on the floor. And they have a lot of really interesting things on their menu and a great cocktail list, which is what we're gonna start with. Bill ordered something that we don't know what it is. The bartender made it up for him.
I asked our server, what is a typical Malaysian cocktail? And she said, well, we don't really have anything like that, but they're working on a new one. And so they actually gave us this at no charge so I could try it and give them feedback. But anyway, here we have what looks like an Aperol spritzer. Smells very fruity. I think that's exactly what it is, and I think they've actually done a really good job with it. It's very fruity. It's not too strong with the alcohol, but I would say just right. And very refreshing.
That's a really good mojito.
Thank you. So the Spice Girls are playing in the background, so tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So our meals have arrived, and we've got fried mee, so it's a yellow rice noodle. Maybe not rice, but it's a yellow noodle in any case, with some lettuce and crab meat on top, and I'm really excited to try this. Oh, and we've got shrimp in here too. I forgot about the shrimp. They look really good. All right, here we go. So the noodles have a nice soy flavor to them. Then there's some celery and crab meat on top. I haven't tried any of the shrimp yet. Let's try one of those. Perfectly done, not overcooked. It goes really well with the rest of the meal. It's fantastic.
I have also forgotten the name of my dish, but it has wide rice noodles and beef in it. It was listed on the menu as one of the chef's specialties, so that's why I chose it. I got the dry version, not the gravy version, and it looks and smells pretty amazing. Oh, there's spinach in here, and some green onions, and some beef. Okay, I'll try a little bit of everything at once. Oh, that is delicious. This reminds me sort of a dish that I had in Singapore at the zoo of all places. But I absolutely love that, and I've sort of been searching for it in the States, and to be able to come back to the Malayan Peninsula and have something similar to it again. For me, it's a little bit of a taste of nostalgia. I absolutely love it. This is such a good choice. Oh, wow.
Good evening. Hello. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We don't always order dessert, but when we do, it's nice if it's on fire. This was a flaming crepe. It's something that they are known for, and it smells amazing. Oh, it's so gently puffy. Ah, all right. I am just digging in and gonna try it. This could be surface of the sun hot. Let's see. Oh. The citrus sort of slaps you in the face at the beginning, and then the alcohol gives you a kick at the end. The crepes themselves are nice and thin, but they're rolled up, so you're just easily able to bite into it with your fork. This is delicious. A great way to end a fantastic meal here. Welcome back to another beautiful day in Malaysia. Do you notice anything a little bit different about us?
That's right, we're taking a break just like Malaysians do, and we've traveled to the Highlands to escape the heat and humidity. What else was I supposed to say?
That sounded pretty good. Let's go. This area is known primarily for 4 things: tea plantations, strawberry farms. I've never had spicy strawberries before. Hiking and gardens, beautiful flowers. So those are the things that we're planning to do today. We have places picked out for each of those 4 things, starting with a tea plantation. One of the reasons that we chose this tea plantation in particular is that I read online that you can walk among the tea plantation, among the tea leaves, bushes, trees. And we really wanted to be able to do that. So for 4 ringgit, you can wander among the tea plantation, or you can pay a little bit more and be driven around in some kind of tram. We choose walking, although there's a lot of stairs, but this is gonna be beautiful. I'm excited. So beautiful here. I love the rolling hills. It's hard to believe this is all tea. They have ice cream and snacks down at the bottom in the valley, but we are here for the tea, so we're gonna head back up and have some of that, which means Bill does not get any of the ice cream from this cool ice cream truck. He's gonna be upset.
Well, we made it back up, and while we were here, we had to try some of the tea. This is tea tarik or te tarik. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced, but it's a black tea with at least milk in it, maybe some sugar. I'm gonna try it first. It smells really good. It's very good. It's nice and smooth. It's maybe just a bit too sugary for my taste, so I'm definitely not adding more. It just tastes like an amazingly smooth milk tea. It's really delicious.
We know this area is known for its strawberry production, but we're saving all things strawberry until we visit an actual strawberry farm later on. So we're trying some carrot cake. I'm so excited. Oh, that's really good. That is delicious. In my American opinion, it could do with a little bit more frosting because the frosting is so good, but the cake itself is tender and juicy because of so many carrots. There's a little bit of nut in there. It's very cinnamony, much more than I'm used to, and I really, really like that. I also got a black orange tea without milk or sugar. I like my tea just black, and it smells really good. It's so nice and smooth with a mellow orange flavor. It's delicious. I think we might have to bring some of this or other teas back home with us for ourselves and some family members. It's amazing.
Durian? Tea?
Well, visiting the tea plantation was fun, and that was a great warm-up for the little hike that we have planned next. That was a very poorly timed. Oh, okay, there are a lot of windy roads if you come to the Cameron Highlands. Bill's loving it.
This is fun.
Anyhow, we are on our way now to do a hike. There's supposed to be a little bit of rain later today, so hopefully we can beat it. We do not have the best of histories when it comes to hiking and rain. I've been sprinklered. We thought we could make it back in time. We got cocky. We love hiking, but we don't have the right equipment for hiking in the rainy season in Malaysia. So we are just doing a quick loop called the Coral Hill Loop. It shouldn't take us very long. It's drizzling a little bit.
There's a break in the clouds, so we think we're going to take advantage of the opportunity and just go. Everything here is so green because it rains a lot.
Let's see if we get some good views on this short hike. I don't know, we might be on the wrong trail. This seems to be some gardens or somebody's mini farm or actual farm. We're gonna head back down and see if there's another entry point. Well, after consulting the map and backtracking a little bit, I think we are on the right path. I'm sure the people who are out working the fields will let us know if we're in the right spot. Or maybe I should say the wrong spot. Adventure. The field worker gave us the go-ahead. We are in the right place. And this is indeed a trail. Right through their fields, I love it. So much cabbage. It's all over in the distance too. All that is cabbage. Cabbage, cabbage, more cabbage, lots more cabbage. Oh my gosh. Oh, and these might be green beans. I think we're glad that we have our pants on because I think the trail goes through here and then to the right. Nope, it goes here. Oh, what have we done? It's hard to see, but I think...
That's a trail, adventure. It'll be great.
Do you see a trail?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, there's a trail here.
Oh, God. This is a great point for me to mention that there are poisonous trees in Malaysia whose sap can practically kill you or make you wish you were dead because it stings for like months and for some people like a year. Apparently the Ipoh tree, for which the city of Ipoh is named, is like that. There's probably some other ones too. I don't know if they're in this forest. Do I touch the tree? Do I not touch the tree? Okay, a little bit more proper trail through here. There's a rope on this section that's a little bit less sturdy, but anchored nicely to the tree up ahead. This is quite the scramble up this mountain. Wow. Oh, there's Bill. This tree is at chest height. Oh, God. He touched a tree. He touched a tree! Alright, he got stuck.
No, stuck was not the problem. Slipped in the mud and nearly fell on my head. That would have been the problem. Made it though.
Oh, good. Oh, man. Whoa, this is a muddy, muddy mess. We are following a version of this trail that I found on the All Trails app, which shows it as a loop. And one of the comments said to make sure that you go in the direction that's on All Trails because it's straight up at the beginning, but then it's sort of more gradual afterwards. On other places, I've seen this done as an out and back, and I would not want to go back down what we just came up, especially in the mud. It's just a little bit too dangerous. It's much easier to go up when you have muddy and wet conditions like this. All that said, maybe we're out of the mud for a bit. This is a very adventurous trail. Under. Nice. I don't think that's the way we go. think it's this way, which is straight up, straight up. Oh my gosh, I think we made it. I think we made it to the top. We did, we did. Oh my gosh, there's a flag. We gotta go to the flag. I did not expect there to be a cool flag, along with some thunder in the distance. At the peak of this climb, this is a great finish. It's like very dramatic for us. Worth it. Come on, we'll grab it together. Yeah!
There it is.
I'm gonna give you a careful 360 of what I see. From the top, I'm standing at the flagpole. The thunder is coming from way out there. And we're almost back to where we began. So this is the ridge that we just walked on. There is a view up here in quite literally every direction. It's beautiful. It's just green as far as the eye can see. And greenhouses. We are surrounded by green and greenhouses. It's beautiful. Sometimes hikes don't have a payoff at the midway point or the highest point. This one has a payoff that's amazing. It was worth the scrambles. It was worth the mud, which was a lot of mud. And we still have to go back down. The loop route has us continuing past the flag and down from there. Hopefully it's a little bit easier going than it was on the way up. What is this? It's 2 inches long. It's a giant striped bug. It's massive. It's juicy. What the heck? Yeah, going down. Not too quickly though. Well, after exploring a few downhill options, we have decided, I think so, yeah, to go back the way we came and not do this as a loop, because we are going to be smart about this and go with what we know instead of getting lost on a mountain and we can see some rain coming in and we're hungry and want to move on to strawberries. So we'll see you down at the bottom.
Strawberries!
I have never been so damn happy to see cabbage again in my life. We took a number of false starts to try to find the trail that we had originally come up. We found it again. We are almost at the bottom. We are back at our trusty Malaysian steed. Bill is very excited about the car that we rented. Take it away, Bill.
We wanted to get the full Malaysian experience, and so we have a Perodua Axia. It's very small, very efficient, and does the job.
And I've never been more hungry for all the strawberry things in my life. It's mid-afternoon. All we've had today is that carrot cake we had earlier. We're driving through a greenhouse. What? There better be parking ahead.
Yes, there is.
We made it to the strawberries. So far, I have a souvenir of sorts that I'm wearing from everything we've done today. I'm wearing a fair amount of mud now. Let's see what strawberries bring. Wow, am I exhausted. That was so hard. Did you all see him pretending to have pep in his step? Come on. He's just as tired as I am. This is amazing. I just want to note real quick that we are here in between strawberry seasons, so I'm not expecting to see any strawberries actually on any vines anywhere. We are mainly here to eat as many strawberry things as we can, and I feel like it's going to be a lot because, I mean, we are very hungry. How many strawberry things can one person order? Turns out that we have so many things that we want to order that we're going to do it in stages. So the first stage is what we're going to call the main course. It's questionable as to its health. It's not a very good main course. We got a scone for Bill to try and strawberry rojak for me to try. We have no idea what rojak is, but it looked like it might be savory, so that's why it's the main course. And a strawberry juice, which I'm really excited about. The strawberry rojak is first. It's covered in nuts and it has a glaze at the bottom that maybe is balsamic, soy. I'm not gonna know until I get in there. So let's get in there. What the heck? The strawberries are spicy. Oh, what? That is different. Let's try the strawberry juice. That is so good. So I still don't know what strawberry rojak is, but I can tell you that for somebody who doesn't do well with spice, it's a little bit spicy, which is a surprise. It sort of tastes a little bit like curry? No. I've never had spicy strawberries before. That is really different. I have no idea what the brown sauce is. Is it Indian? Is it curry? I genuinely have no idea whatsoever. The nuts on top are delicious. The strawberries themselves taste really fresh, but spicy. And it's the first time I've had spicy strawberries. Glad I got my strawberry juice.
We also got some tea from the Bow Plantation, which is also popular here locally.
You're interfering with my next round of strawberries.
Oh, okay.
For round 2, we got some French fries, which sadly do not come with strawberry ketchup. A missed opportunity, I think. And some deep fried strawberry ice cream, and Bill got something that looks like a strawberry popsicle, but claims it's ice cream. We shall see. We're gonna start with the deep fried ice cream. I had something similar to this in Taiwan, which was freshly fried, and so it was hot on the outside, and to this day, I think it's the best dessert I've ever had. It's so good! This one feels more like it was deep fried, not just now, but it still could be amazing. Let's find out. It's melty. I love the texture difference in these fried ice creams where you have the soft ice cream in the center and the crispy dough on the outside. The one in Taiwan was a little bit better because it was so fresh, but the strawberry ice cream in this one is unbelievably strawberry flavored. I mean, it like smacks of strawberries. It's such a good ice cream. I really, really love the center of this.
I've been promised this is Malaysian ice cream. I'm a bit skeptical. I've been looking for ice cream all day. I love ice cream. It looks good, but it just doesn't look like ice cream, or what I would call ice cream. That's really good, actually. It is not ice cream, or not what I would call ice cream. It's more like what we would call in the US a popsicle. They also had something else in the ice chest that they did call a popsicle, so anyway, I don't know what's what. But very strong, nice strawberry taste, and it's not too hard frozen, if that makes any sense. It's easy to bite into. It's good.
The whole time that we were filming our strawberry stuff, this song was playing in the background, and this song has been playing over and over and over on repeat for the last like 45 minutes. This song. And it just starts over and over for like, yeah, we've been here for an hour. If you appreciate that is in our heads now, hit the like button and the subscribe below, because I think having that playing in the background very loudly has earned it. I would not call what we just did a meal, but it was still a lot of fun. What was your favorite, Bill?
Probably, and I don't remember the name already, but the spicy strawberry rojak. Yes, the spicy strawberry rojak. Just because it was something so different than either of us have ever had.
The strawberry juice was probably my favorite. Just give me the strawberries and nothing else.
And don't give them to your husband, because I didn't get to try any.
Oops. Anyhow, we better be going to our next spot. On that note, I think we still have time to make it to the garden, so we're gonna head there now. And this is the wrong side of the car. Good morning. Yes, I did say good morning. It is the next day. We arrived at the garden last night and they told us we did not have enough time to go through it, which was kind of a bummer. We were looking forward to it, but we found a different one, and it's the next morning, first thing. We have just enough time to go through a garden. Perhaps a nod to the Dutch past? Or maybe just windmills are cool. So far we've just been enjoying the pond area that's immediately on the inside of this park, and all of the flowers that are surrounding me, and it's really peaceful first thing in the morning. We got here right when they opened at 8 o'clock, and it's us and just a handful of people. I I did not expect to see this while we were in the Highlands. I did not think there would be one at this garden. What am I talking about? Okay, this statue might be a clue. Carnivorous plants. There are insect-eating plants here in this garden, and I did not think we'd get to see some on this trip. I'd kind of given up on it, and I'm so excited they're here. I just don't think I've ever seen them in person before. This is so cool. It's like a giant statue of one. There are tons of the pods behind me. So if you haven't heard of these before, these are carnivorous, but they're not gonna like eat your finger. Instead, insects will sort of fall into them, and the sap of the cup, the pod, will trap the insect and then break it down over time, and that is what feeds the plant. It's really unique. So it's sort of known as a flesh-eating plant or a man-eating plant, but it's a bit of a misnomer because really they just eat insects and they're not harmful to human beings. And again, I don't think I've ever seen one before. I'm a little bit nerding out about it. It's really cool. I've never seen this plant before, but its buds sort of look like berries. I love the color. I have officially found my favorite plant in the world. I've never seen it before today. I have no idea what it is. Look at the colors of this. It's aqua and purple. Two of the best colors in one plant. It's kind of a viney plant hanging down. It doesn't really have a scent, but wow, the colors are magnificent. Like, I didn't know that these colors existed together in nature like this. It really is spectacular. I'm just kind of speechless by the color, to be honest. It's beautiful. And you can tell how big it is, because my head is right here for scale. Wow. They have a strawberry area here too, but they're just for purchase, not for wandering through or picking or anything like that. But don't miss it because there's a super cool umbrella section. Who doesn't love a bunch of umbrellas hanging above them? It's so picturesque. These umbrellas have strawberries on the undersides. Best umbrellas. Thank you so much for coming along with us while we attempted to vacation like a local. Let us know what we missed down in the comments. We had an amazing time in Cameron Highlands. We could have spent one more day in this region exploring all that it has to offer, but I'm glad that we had the time that we did.
Welcome to another beautiful, if very hot day here in Malaysia. We are in Taiping today, and Taiping is one of the most historically significant cities in all of Malaysia, and it was once the capital.
Taiping is so historically significant that many of Malaysia's firsts took place right here in Taiping. So we are setting out today to experience as many of those as we can to answer why is this not on tourist itineraries? When you look at itineraries online, this is not one of the cities that floats to the top of recommendations for where to visit. We want to know why. Let's start exploring.
Our first stop today is Antong. Antong is Malaysia's oldest coffee mill, and I wish it was smell tube because it smells amazing standing in front of the coffee mill.
Not only is this the home of Malaysia's oldest coffee mill, but there's also a historically significant house here that you can see right behind me. That was the home of a mistress of a politician who lived in China. I don't know a ton about Chinese history, but I've read that he ushered in a brief period of democracy in the early 1900s, and this is where he kept his mistress. This is inside the yellow building, which has a large front room that currently is an office, and it does have a lot of period pieces in it, which is really cool. A lot of porcelain. I see a coffee maker, but my favorite are these doors in the background. They're beautiful. I just taught my 11-year-old niece how to use this kind of phone. Do not know what this is, but it looks really cool. Apparently, this wasn't quite the home of his mistress. It actually was his common-law wife. They had been together for a really long time. She took care of him. So just stating it for the record, since I said it incorrectly earlier, there's a little newspaper article inside that corrected me. They have cups of coffee you can buy if you want to try it, and I am a coffee drinker. So this is a cup of black Robusta. Oh, that smells very strongly of the wood fire, which it's used to roast on. They roast their coffee beans here with butter and sugar, so you get just a little hint of caramel notes, which I can detect, but by far the strongest flavor is the smokiness of this coffee. I'm not sure I've had coffee that's ever tasted this smoky before. I really like it. It's quite nice. There's a bag in it.
That's unexpected.
It's coffee made like tea? Am I supposed to remove the bag? I've never made coffee like tea before. Is this a thing? Is this how I should be traveling with coffee? This would be better than instant, that's for sure. I'm just so confused. Taiping is also home to Malaysia's very first railway station, which is not this building. That building was dismantled and the tracks were dismantled and replaced by this one in the late 1890s. It's still standing today, but it's a home to a number of restaurants and a gallery we're not able to get into. Still, it's a really cool stop on our day of firsts for Malaysia. Never have I ever seen sewing machines repurposed as lights before. That is so dang creative. The tables are also bottoms of sewing machines, which I've seen before, but the lights, never. After seeing all of those food stalls at the train station, we realized it is time for lunch. So we have come to a nearby food center that actually is described on Google Maps as a hawker center. And if the number of bikes behind me are of any indication, this could be amazing. We are in search of fried kway teow, which we've not had yet in Malaysia, but it's a very popular dish. So we figure if there's somewhere to find it, it's gonna be here. Okay.
This one chicken soup.
We had a recommendation to try kway teow, and actually our Grab driver suggested a specific booth here in the food center. Not knowing what to expect, we showed up and we actually got a soup. It looks delicious. It's a very fragrant broth. In addition to the noodles and the chicken, we've got green onion and bean sprouts all mixed in. It looks great. That's really delicious. The noodles are nice and soft. In fact, she made them right in front of us. It only took a few moments in the boiling water, but it was just enough. The chicken's very nice and tender and flavorful. The broth has a lot of ginger and I think either black or white pepper in it. It's very fragrant and flavorful. It's delicious.
right, this is more what we were looking for, which is the dry noodle. This one has pork and chicken on it, and there's some dumplings and some greens, and I won't be needing any of these, so I'll set those aside. We may or may not have chosen the place that we were gonna eat at based on the fact that they have purple chopsticks, my favorite color. All right, I'm really excited to try these. They look so good. First, I gotta dig some out though. Yeah. Of course, that tastes completely different than the soup dish. We're kind of confused about the booths because they look like they have the same name, but we don't read the Mandarin or Malay. Maybe those say more about it. The noodles themselves are delicious. These are pan-fried noodles, so the consistency of them is completely different than the flat rice noodles that we had at the first place. They taste similar to ramen noodles at home, except like deep fried ones and a little bit of soy sauce. It's really good. What actually really surprised me about this dish is the pork, which is sweet. I don't know why or how the pork is sweet, but it's sweet. And the sweetness of the pork is like the perfect contrast against the saltiness of the noodles. It's delicious. This was worth it. While we were eating, a guy came up to us with mini moon cakes that he had for sale. We insisted that we only buy 1 for 2 ringgit, which is how we ended up with 2 for 4 ringgit. Whatever. We don't know what moon cakes are, and when we asked what they were, he just said, moon cakes, they're moon cakes. This one's shaped like a crab, which is kind of fun. Does that mean there's crab in it? Probably not. So I think these are filled with bean paste. It's kind of a nice treat. It's really filling, and I'm glad we did this at the end of the meal because it's kind of a little bit sweet like a dessert.
I tried a bite of the moon cake and I really liked it, and actually it's got a little bit more of a gingerbread flavor, I think, to the outside of the cookie part. Also, I couldn't help getting a coconut shake because I liked it so much in Malacca. It's delicious.
Behind me is the Malay Mosque. This is the oldest mosque in Taiping. It's not the oldest in Malaysia, but we're walking right by it, and it is the oldest in Taiping, so we wanted to include it. We're not going to go in today because I'm not dressed appropriately, and honestly, I am not accustomed to wearing that many clothes in this heat. I look a little bit different, and don't think I could handle it. So we're just going to look at it from the outside.
Hello!
Behind me is Sri Mariamman temple. This is a Hindu temple, and we are just passing by it. It's actually closed right now, as you can see the gates behind me. This is a Hindu temple still used for worship today. It dates back to 1879, but I can't find any record of it being like the oldest in Taiping or anything like that, which kind of surprises me because most of the buildings that we're passing today are from the 1890s or the early 1900s. What I really like about this temple is that it shows the passage of time. The colors are a bit faded and cracked, and many of the other Hindu temples that we visited are extremely vibrant, fresh paint. And I think that this one, it's kind of nice that they're letting it age gracefully. I kind of hope they don't paint it. As we continue walking along the same street, we come across another temple. This one again is not necessarily the oldest in Taiping, but it's one of the oldest, and it has a really cool story. This is Hushin Temple. As the story goes, there was a young woman who wanted to become a nun so badly, but nobody would let her in. Thankfully, her father was a very, very rich businessman, and so he donated a significant sum of money for this temple to be built, and she became the temple's first nun. I kind of love that story. The love of a father and a daughter and a young woman who wanted to do something so badly that she didn't let societal norms stand in her way. Okay, that was really cool. That was really special. We were just filming the outside of it and the temple was closed, but I could see some people on the other side, and one of the women went ahead and let us in. It's not normally open, so we were able to film a little bit on the inside, chatted with them for a while. It was only females that I saw, which was amazing. I loved it. This was really a special stop for us today.
Locally here, there's a huge amount of mining business, specifically tin, and a significant number of the workers are from China's Fujian province. A little over 100 years ago, that group of people needed a group to advocate for them, and so they started the Hokkien Association. That building is behind me. It was built in 1928.
The original plan was to do these buildings in the opposite order that you've just seen them. But unfortunately, we got hungry. So if you're watching this, the route we'd recommend is from the train station, then pick up the temples that we've just done along the street and do them in the opposite order that we visited them. And it'll make much more sense for you. We're having to backtrack about 10 minutes on a super hot day to get to the clock tower, which is our next destination. And then we still have some more historical sites to see before we make it to a museum, which please, please, please better be air conditioned. Great.
Just a lazy day.
The clock tower that you can see behind me here on the corner is from the late 1800s. It originally was a timber building, but they replaced it with this stone and brick one, probably so that the wooden one would not burn down, as wood has a habit of doing. And then this served as the first police station in Taiping. Not the first in Malaysia, but definitely the first in Taiping. Also, there's a cool red phone booth on the outside of it, but there are no handles and no phone. It's just sort of a outside of a phone booth. I just got pooped on, narrowly missing my face.
By a bird. The locals are very nice.
As soon as it hit me, I knew that it was bird poop. I've been hit. Oh, this is in my hair. This is not good.
Yeah. I got it mostly.
All right, you guys make sure that he gets it all.
I think I got it all, by the way.
If you appreciate the risks that we take in order to bring you YouTube travel videos, hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to be notified of more videos where hopefully I am not getting pooped on by birds. Don't stand so close over there. You're at the scene of the crime. Come on. No. We are not at another railway station. We are in fact at our next stop, which is the telegraph office and museum. And they have, just outside that museum, they have relocated some original pieces that were at the first railway station here in Taiping. Now we've already visited the site of the second railway station. The first one actually terminated not far from the telegraph office. So they have this engine behind me to commemorate it, along with this amazing footbridge that used to go over the original tracks that ran from Taiping to Port Weld. I did not know these were here, and I'm delighted. This is the coolest footbridge, and to know that it's well over 130 years old is incredible.
I've never seen a picture of Mr. Morse. Look at him. He's right here. If we have any millennials watching, I just want to give you this little history lesson here. Before the internet, there was a time before the internet. There was the fax machine, before that, the telephone, and before that, the telegraph. And this museum pretty much covers it all. It was a fun museum, and it was completely free.
It's also air conditioned, which, in case you can't tell, we really needed that break today. In fact, we are trying to hit one more museum, but they close in 45 minutes.
This town is full of just fantastic old colonial buildings. Here's one, we don't even know what it is.
We are heading to our next stop, which is actually a church. But across the road is another first for Malaysia, and that is the first British colonial officers' mess hall. It's a beautiful building. They knew how to do architecture in a very unique way. But we are at the site of what is reportedly the oldest Anglican church in all of Malaysia, except that it appears to be closed. Those gates are locked. It's kind of a bummer that we can't go in because we thought we had visited the oldest Anglican church in all of Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. But maybe that was just the oldest Anglican church in KL. I'm still glad that we made the walk out here because the rooftop and this outer structure of this church is beautiful. I love it. It's a little bit of a touch of home. Well, as you may be able to tell from more closed gates behind me, our next stop is also closed. I'm genuinely disappointed about this one. This is the first museum in Malaysia, and we missed its air conditioning. And we missed the museum. The Perak Museum is supposed to be a wonderful museum, so be better than us if you come to Taiping and make sure that you're here before they close. It is just after 5 p.m., so we missed it by like an hour, hour and a half. On second thought, Bill has just waved me in and he's just walked in. Maybe the grounds are still open after they close? Which would be cool. Here I go. Yep, he just walked in the exit. That works for me. These were fire extinguishers. Wow. I didn't even know that this was a thing, but this is the longest joint bicycle. Here's the building from the other side of the gate, which now we are walking through again. Well, that was unexpected. That was fun. File that under ask for forgiveness later.
How hot is it?
Oh my gosh, is my face that red?
Yeah.
It is really hot. Do not adjust your dial. I just found out that my face really is this beet red. I'm not sunburned. It's just that hot today. It's like 100 degrees outside and like 100% humidity and 100% dew point and 100% all the things. It's 100% hot. This tree right behind me is raining or snowing purple blossoms on flowers. The ground is sort of covered in this light purple carpet. I've never seen something like this. It's really cool. I'm just standing among all the purple flowers. Look at all the purple. It goes really well with my red face. Seriously, it's beautiful. For another in our tour of Taiping's and Malaysia's first, we are at Malaysia's very first public park. It's a huge park with so many things to do. And it is a Saturday evening and there are so many people here. It really is a lot of fun. I'm so glad we're here on a weekend and not a weekday. That way we can see it with so many people out and about. This is probably super hard to see, but there's a wall right back there, and that is the backside of Taiping Zoo, which is the first zoo in Malaysia. I think it's also the first night safari in Malaysia, but it might also be the only night safari, so I'm not sure whether that counts. First, only, last. We are not going there because we are absolutely beat from the day, but while Bill was flying the drone, I was also listening to elephants, tigers, lions, oh my, something was making a lot of noise back there. Gotta give props to Malaysia for not mowing over this tree and just making it part of the landscape. Oh, he ducked. Should you visit Taiping?
Our humble opinion is yes, you should.
Come to Taiping to experience where many of Malaysia's firsts began.
It's an easy day trip on the way between Ipoh and Penang. Or, like we did, you could stay a couple days.
Welcome back to another sort of beautiful day in Malaysia. We have made our way to Georgetown, Penang. We only have a half day to visit this city and it's raining out.
We are going to seek out some of the fantastic looking colonial buildings here in Georgetown. We are going to seek out some street art, which we hear is fantastic. And of course, some food from here in Penang.
We've been trying to wait out the rain, but it doesn't seem to be going away, and we only have a half day to explore this town. We're going out in the rain. We are at the clan jetties, which are normally filled with people, but it's only us and some other die-hard tourists. We saw clan association buildings earlier in our trip in Malaysia, and we learned how the immigrants would come together under a building in order to network with one another or for fellowship. And here in Georgetown, they have something similar, except it's their housing. So each jetty is owned by one clan or an extended family. And by living close together like this, they're able to do the same things that a clan association would accomplish. These are still lived in today, which I think is really amazing. So we are not doing a ton of talking in their neighborhood. We want to be respectful of that and letting people go about their business. Some of the clan jetties have been torn down to make way for new development, which is kind of sad, I think. I like the history and the heritage and the stories behind these houses, and I hope that Georgetown and Penang find a way to preserve more of them, but still make way for development near, or maybe even not near. I think they're really special and they need to be kept. They're really neat. Maybe it's time to go find some street art now. I love the first street art that we've managed to find. This is a mural dedicated to the fallen heroes, but it also is educational. Besides fire rescue, do you know what else firefighters do? It turns out a whole lot. I have heard that murals here incorporate everyday objects into it, kind of making them 4D, I guess. And here's our first one. This is a hose reel. It's part of the firefighter mural. I won't stop at all of them, but always on duty landslide operation, flood rescue, search and rescue, helicopter rescue. Oh, this is a good one to stop at. Animal rescue, and there's 5 more panels and people coming in a thingy. Okay, it might be a little bit hard to tell, but the sign that's right behind me is George Space Town. Elsewhere, we've seen it on official government signs as Georgetown, all one word. Which is it? Why is it spelled 2 ways? It's all English, right? George Spacetown or Georgetown, all squished together. We don't know. Well, after all those lanterns and the fans that went around, we came around the corner, and now I understand the murals that we passed. This fire station is from 1908, and it has to be one of the coolest fire stations I've ever seen in the red and the white. It looks like there's a little bit of a historical display just inside of it, so let's see if we're able to take a look. challenge that we're really finding today with the rain is that the lines for some of the most popular murals are much shorter than normal. I've seen photos online that some of these murals normally have like crowds and crowds of people, but we only had to wait a minute or two before we were able to take a little snapshot of this latest one. How cute is this street? This one has the most tourists that we've seen so far, and it's easy to see why. Super picturesque.
Not going anywhere.
Well, the rain has ended and all the people are out now. Wait, Bill, you look a little bit different. Oh, oh, wow. Isn't that funny how much they look alike? Wow, this is really weird. Well, Armenia Street was a lot of fun and kind of hard to leave, to be honest. There's cute shops, there's great art, but we need to go onward because the day is passing and we still want to see those colonial buildings that Bill mentioned. Bill? Oh, he's here. Phew, thought I lost him. But we're gonna get to those colonial buildings via Little India. We don't have a ton of time, but we're still gonna walk through it. That's the coolest thing about Georgetown is all of these neighborhoods are within a very short area, so it's easy to walk through all. While passing through Little India, we cannot pass by a shop that's called Penang Famous Samosa. If that's the name of it, it must be true, right?
It even said on the sign that it was a viral food.
So we got one, but it's just came out of the fryer. It's way too hot to eat, so we'll walk for a bit before we try it. It's famous, apparently.
And viral.
Famous and viral. It's gotta be delicious.
Picked this up, it was fresh out of the fryer. And now it's cooled down a little bit, so we can eat chicken samosa. Wow. I'm not sure I've ever had a samosa before. It is delicious. The center is full of this nice, meaty, saucy mixture of goodliness. Sounds like something Heather would say. It's almost like an Indian version of a barbecue sauce. It's definitely spicy, but it's sweet at the same time. It's fantastic.
Well, that is officially my favorite Little India that I've ever been to. I loved it. To answer the question, what is Chicken Alley? I have to back up. Way back. And that's the answer. Hey, Bill.
Hey, what?
Why did the chicken cross the alley? I don't actually have an answer.
That's good, because I don't know.
Here in Penang, The British controlled this city and these waters starting in the late 18th century, the late 1700s, continuing until the mid 1900s. Instead of having an area that changed hands between country and country and country, you have primarily a British influence, and we see that in the architecture here. But it's not to say that Georgetown is British, because you have this incredible Malayan, Chinese, Indian influence. It's like this huge mix of everything. And I really am finding this one of the most interesting stops that I think that we've had in Malaysia. I wish we had more time here. We are not done yet. We still have a few more days, and in fact, we need to go find some food now, and I still want to see the Blue Mansion. So enough of this jibber jabber about history. Let's go. If it wasn't 7:30 at night, I think I'd get myself a coffee at this incredible looking Starbucks. I've got to say that Starbucks manages to get some real prized properties, and this is one of them. It's beautiful. Yes, my shirt does match the building that you see behind me. We obviously made it to the Blue Mansion way after it was closed, but the very kind guards let us step just inside of the gates so that we could see the Blue Mansion. It's beautiful, it's so ornate, and there's so much detail work around the roof. Even though we can't go in and we could just see it from the outside, I'm so glad that we made this stop. It's beautiful. So tell us what we missed. Have you been here? Is it amazing, or like maybe it's okay that we only saw it from the outside? Let us know. I kind of have FOMO. Plus, again, my shirt really matches it. That was not intended. Oh, what a beautiful building. We are at Chulia Street Market, which, as you might be able to tell from behind me, is absolutely packed. Bill is in a line over there somewhere, and as we learned to do in Taiwan, we stand in line and then we send the other person as a scout to find out what's going on and what we're standing in line for. We are standing in line for wonton meat, which we are told by a local in line is one of the best in all of Georgetown. So I guess we're gonna keep standing in line and have wonton meat. We've had it once before, but it sounds like this one is even better than the other one we had. Let's go check in on Bill. We got our wonton meat. I'm super curious how this compares, because we had this in Taiping and it was really good, and that was from our Grab driver's recommendation. Here we went where the line was. Let's see how it compares. We also got an orange juice, which allegedly, to sit at the table that we're at, you have to have a juice. Is that real? We have our suspicions. All right, I'm getting a little bit of everything in here. Oh, the flavor on that is very similar, but different. What is different? Charcoal flavor. I can taste the charcoal wok flavor in this wonton meat, whereas I could not in the other one. This one has a nice smokiness to it. It really adds to the overall flavor. I love it. The pork is not as sweet as the other wonton meat that we had, but it is much more juicy and tender and delicious. This was a great choice. I'm glad that we stood in line before we knew what we were getting into. It's amazing.
Well, we managed to find char kway teow, and not just any char kway teow, but the first runner-up or second place in some important char kway teow competition. It looks delicious. We had the choices of spicy or not. I'd have gotten spicy, but Heather doesn't like spicy food. So we have not spicy and with a little bit of chicken egg, and it looks really delicious. Char kway teow. It is delicious. It is just the right amount of salty and just like a light oil on it. It's absolutely delicious. There's a little bit of smoky flavor in here. He was cooking over a very, very hot wok. A little bit of sausage in here too. There's a couple pieces. Not sure what the sausage is. Oh, it's super sweet. That goes really well with the saltiness.
Well, that about does it for us from Georgetown, but we have more to come on Penang.
Welcome to another beautiful day in Malaysia. We're in Penang again.
We are exploring Penang Hill today. Never been to Penang unless you've been to Penang Hill. The sign says so, must be true. Especially the habitat. We are really anxious to leave the city and a little bit of the heat behind and see what it's like on top of the hill. That's where we're headed now by funicular. We made it to the top. That was the fastest funicular we've ever been on. And it is definitely cooler up here than down below. Still a little humid, but I would say that the temperature has taken the edge off. It's really nice. We are heading over to the East Viewpoint lookout thing. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, to see what we're able to see. Then we'll probably find some lunch before we head over to what is arguably the main event up here, and that is the habitat.
Habitat? What's the habitat?
Well, I guess he doesn't know what he's in for. We are up here on a very cloudy day. So it's a little bit like mist-filled or fog-filled, so the view is not as good as it could be, but it also is better than it could be, so we'll take the win. You can see all of Georgetown from up here. Actually, the city is much bigger than we thought when we were exploring it yesterday. Let's just keep sharing things as we learn them. There is zero cell phone reception up here. Our phones both think they have reception, but they don't. I think that there's Wi-Fi. So if there's anything you want to research, any restaurants or cafes you want to look up, make sure you do that before you get up here so that you know what you're getting into. This group of people back here are all taking photographs or filming a monkey, the likes of which we have never seen before. I can't decide if its face is cute? Is it creepy? I really can't decide, but we've never seen this monkey before with the white on its face and the way that it's going after the leaves on this tree. That tree is gonna be bare in no time. Wow. It is impressive how quickly it is eating. It's amazing.
Apparently it's called the dusky leaf monkey.
I guess it likes dusky leaves. Maybe it's a dusky leaf tree back there.
Must be. We ordered some lunch. Looks good.
Well, now that our stomachs are full with food, we are gonna head to the habitat. It is finally time to go in. And yes, note I have long sleeves on. It is kind of odd to be not sweating from everywhere all at once. It is remarkably cooler up here, which actually is how this place got developed in the first place. And we're gonna tell you all about that a little bit later on in the video. For now, we are heading into the habitat. We are here on a not super busy day, so we have not purchased our tickets ahead of time. But there's a separate entrance back there for people who bought their tickets online. So I'm gonna drop a Klook link down below, and you also save just a little bit. So, tip for you. Well, we are on the other side of the gates now, and we are on the inside of the habitat, and they have some great English signs along the way to help us learn a bit more about Penang Hill, where we are today.
Penang Hill was originally called the Great Hill.
I don't know why, but I can tell you the views from up here are great. And in fact, that is how Penang Hill was originally developed. The Brits wanted a defensive position for the Straits of Malacca, so they cleared the top of the hill so that the British could signal down to the fort down below the hill that there were enemy ships or maybe even friendly ships in the area, so they knew whether they needed to stop them or let them through. And that is what we've learned so far. We'll keep you posted as we progress through the habitat.
And it would have been a lot of clearing they had to do. It is a jungle up here. A cool jungle, but still a jungle.
In case you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, hey, I'm not here for a history lesson, I'm here for the nature of the habitat. Don't worry. This is definitely all about the nature, and this is a fantastic biosphere marine reserve.
I don't know, I can't remember. It doesn't say it right here.
This is a fantastic place of nature here at the top of Penang Hill, but we want to dot in little pieces of history as we learn them, because we feel that it helps to deliver the context to the areas that we're in. I'm pretty sure there's more monkeys up here too. Would you believe we actually have a banana with us today? I hope it is well hidden so they don't smell it. Otherwise, if you see them going after Bill and me running in the other direction, you will know what has happened. We are no strangers to longest bridges in the world, having gone across one in Portugal. But here comes a very oddly specific world record bridge that we are about to cross. It has such an odd name, I think I have to read it. The world's longest stressed two-ribbon bridge. No, Bill's saying I screwed it up. The world's longest two-span ribbon bridge. I screwed it up again.
One more time. Longest two-span
stressed.
Two-span stressed.
I'm kind of
ribbon.
stressed. It has such an oddly specific name that Bill is attempting to sign what it is. Do it again. Do you know what this is? This is the world's longest two-span stressed ribbon bridge.
And I really stink at charades.
No wonder we lose. Anyhow, we're about to go across a world record bridge. It starts right behind me. Let's go see what the world's longest two-span stressed ribbon bridge is like.
Well, it doesn't bounce or anything.
Unlike the bridge in Portugal, I'm very happy to report that this one does not, wait, nope, it does not bounce. Not even a little bit. I thought it might. So if you have a fear of bouncy bridges, you're good with this one. If you have a fear of heights, however, you'd need to cross this without looking down, because it is a long way down. This is such a beautiful spot for a bridge. We are at the top of many tree canopies, but there are still some that go higher up. It gives us a view over the valley and is just beautiful up here. It smells fantastic too. Like, it smells really clean and green, slightly florally, really nice. This just in, people came across the other side of the bridge. It bounces. It looks like it's made of concrete. Why is it bouncing? I'm definitely bouncing. Absolutely wrong. If you can't do bouncy bridges, you're okay to go across this one if you are by yourself, but if somebody comes across the other side, beware of the bounces. Let's get to the end of the bridge, shall we? Oh no, there's another span. Ah, I get it. Two span. Here's one. There's the second one. Where's the stressing? One stressed tourist. Bridge number 2. I love this tree right here. The color of it is so full. I don't know what it is. I just really like it. And we made it to the end.
Of the longest split dual ribbon
Stressed
ribbon bridge thing
in the world. We are at the part that I was most looking forward to, which is the skywalk. You have to take the stairs to go up. There's no elevator. There's no way around the stairs. It's the stairs. So if stairs are not your thing, consider that your visit would not be able to include this if you were to come to the habitat. And I'm pretty excited about this.
Oh, that's a view.
We have arrived at the top. There's no way to say this. Oh God.
What just happened?
It is a risk having curly hair when there are bugs and when there are birds. As I was saying, there are 360-degree views up here. I really do mean that in a literal sense, since this is sort of an oval at the top of Penang Hill. And you can see quite literally in every direction. Also, as you may have noticed, the sun has come out a little bit today and I was able to shed my layer. And it is a little bit warmer up here, but what that means for our views is that we're able to see even further than when we first arrived to the top of Penang Hill. And I think that this is why you come to the habitat. You come to be able to walk on this, and we are so lucky to be here on a day with very few people so that we can experience this almost by ourselves. This is amazing.
Haze is cleared up a little bit and we can see the mainland peninsula there. That's Butterworth. This is Georgetown.
It smells like a mix of pine and something floral. I can see some flowering trees off in the distance, but I don't think they're close enough to smell. Whatever it is, it smells incredible up here. This has been really cool, but I think it's time to head back down and see what else we can find at the habitat. But this is really cool. I kind of don't want to leave it up here.
It's a great perch.
I'm walking down the stairs, and I think I might have found the source of that flowery pine scent. This smells both flowery and like pine. It's kind of like a floral Christmas. I really like it. Well, this was really a neat stop. I liked it. Bill has decided that the area that we saw before that was completely empty is probably a waiting area for really busy days because there's probably a maximum number of people that they're able to allow up there. Today is pretty quiet, probably because it's so cloudy and it's looking like it's gonna rain, but it's not yet. And it's a Tuesday, not a weekend. So I think we scored on the day that we came here. I am very glad that we made this trip. We've seen these in a few places, and they're for refilling your water bottle, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, this is a big swing.
I think you should push me.
Okay, we'll try that.
Underdog, underdog. You guys remember that from school, where they run underneath? Ooh, my feet hit the thing.
Yes, they do.
Nice. This really is a giant swing. I love the giant swings that we find in Asia. They are way more fun than I thought they would be. I thought they'd be lame, but no, they're fun. Probably kind of hard to see, but there is a zip line cable right here. Closed today. What a bummer. Butterfly.
The spot we're in right now is called the Butterfly Circle. And although it's extremely hard to capture butterflies on camera, just wait until the next video, where we'll be seeing lots of butterflies.
Didn't seem so hard to capture a butterfly on camera.
Now they've made a nice trail for visitors to walk on, and what's really interesting about this is they've wanted to keep it as natural as possible, and so where there happens to be rocks that were in the way of the trail, they just built the trail around the rock.
Apparently we had a close call earlier and didn't know it. The dusky leaf monkey, which we saw earlier today, likes to sit on a branch and possibly pee on you on purpose. All right, dodge that bullet. We have not seen the giant black squirrels yet, and we are really hoping to. We saw one from a distance, but we didn't film it, so did it really actually happen? We are about to leave the habitat and head up to see what else is at the top of Penang Hill. But first, there's some guys ahead of us on the trail who pointed out a very special?
Interesting.
Interesting is a good word.
Piece of wildlife.
Reptile?
That we've never seen before. Nothing like it. Not even close.
It was so big. It was so long. It was like 6 feet long.
Looks like a mean one.
Oh my God.
If anyone knows what sort of snake this is, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, they pointed it out to me, and my reaction, if I could recreate it, looked something like this. And it stayed that way for a long time. Bill was further back on the trail, and I just stood there going, oh my God. And I just stared at it, not taking video. And wow, I'm so glad they stopped us. That was amazing.
And the whole time, the snake was comfortable for some reason with us being about 1 meter or 3 feet away.
Bill for scale.
We weren't comfortable. The snake seemed to be comfortable.
All right.
Probably because it had lots of venom that it could...
Let's leave. Let's leave. There is a shuttle that will take you back to the train station at the top of Penang Hill, but we are choosing to walk because maybe there will be some good views, or we're still trying to find that squirrel that we haven't seen yet. This is a UK post office box. It used to be somewhere else. This is not its original location, but it is over 100 years old, and I was hoping we would find this today. The views from up here are great, and the flowers. These snapdragons are 4 feet tall. This is lovely. This is just by the side of the path on the way back to the train station from the habitat. It is a 1.2 kilometer walk back from where you exit the habitat to the train station at the top of Penang Hill. And it is very slow going for us because someone who's actually not me this time keeps stopping to video every flower that he sees. It really is a flower bonanza. Bonanza! These are gorgeous too. Okay, so it's not totally Bill's fault that it's taking us an hour to walk 1.2 kilometers.
There's so many I don't think I've ever seen.
Also, here comes the shuttle that we did not take. It's free, you can take it.
No, it's paid for with your ticket to the habitat.
Yeah, it's included. But then you miss out on the beautiful gardens along the way. So I actually would recommend, if you're able to walk, do the walk.
And it's just a few minutes, well worth it.
I mean, it's a few minutes if you're not filming every flower that you see. These aren't even anybody's gardens. It's just like this hill on the side of the road. You rub it for good luck? Might be bad luck to touch it, you don't know.
Too late.
We have also found a viewpoint platform that overlooks Georgetown. Made it back to the main area at the top of where the train station lets out. And it is really busy now. I think a lot of people have come up here to see the sunset. We still have more of Penang Hill to see. We still want to go to the very top where the mosque is and look around up there. There's also a cannon that looks interesting, but it is 5:30 and we are a little bit hungry. So we saw some ice cream concoctions the size of Bill's head. And I think we're gonna need a snack. One of those is in our future. What do you think, Bill?
Big as my head, huh?
Yes, it really is.
Okay.
Well, after reviewing all of our options, we decided to get something called mixed fruit ABC. I thought it would spin all the way around. The base of it, I guess, is something very specific to Malaysia. And it has shaved ice, and corn, and beans. And I'm not really sure what all else we're gonna find down there. And then it's topped with a mix of fruit and a dollop of ice cream at the top. I don't understand the base, and it's hidden under there, so I think we just need to start digging in and see what we run into. All right, we're gonna try just the base without any fruit to see what it tastes like, because we're curious. I do not know how to describe that. Okay, the predominant flavors in this seem to be almond and peanuts with something else I can't identify, but it reminds me of rum, but there's no alcohol in this. I really like it. I can't wait to try some with fruit. Here's some kiwi with melted base. Mmm. Wow, this is so refreshing. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought the ice cream was vanilla. It is not vanilla ice cream. Coconut. Okay, so the flavors are... I don't even know how to describe this. This is amazing. We just need to eat it. Help.
What's in here? There's a green thing, and then there's a brown worm-like things. What if we just eat?
Well, that was the first and possibly the last time we're ever gonna have an ice cream thing the size of a head
The size of my head.
anywhere in Asia and try to do it on YouTube. I don't know, but it's melting quickly. Oh, it's definitely melting. And it's melting very fast. It's melting so fast. The dangers of doing an ice cream review in Malaysia are real. That was one of the most stressful food reviews we have ever done. Ah, it's melting. Get in here, Bill. Help me, help me. It just started melting, and it was melted in a matter of minutes, and we're trying to eat as fast as we could. Well, we sort of have a melted smoothie bowl here. Things went south kind of fast.
It's a situation. Think what it would have been like at the bottom of the mountain.
Oh, man.
Up here, it's quite cool.
It was actually delicious. There were these little brown things in it that kind of look like worms, which we found out afterwards were called chin chow, and these green squiggly things that were called chendol, which now we finally have had. We were wondering what chendol tasted like, and now we know.
Yep. That was fun.
Now we are headed up to the top of the hill to see, I guess, what we see. We are at the top of the hill, and up here is one of the oldest Hindu temples in Penang, as well as a slightly more modern mosque. I love that the two of these are at the top of the hill because I find it to be so representative of our experience in Malaysia, where so many religions coexist peacefully. And I just think that's really refreshing. Now that we have experienced the very top of Penang Hill, as well as the habitat, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. This has been a fantastic, relaxing afternoon. I'm so glad that we made our way up here. And seeing the nature side has made me even more eager for what we're doing tomorrow.
It's another great day in Malaysia. We're in Penang again today.
And we are about a half hour outside of Georgetown at Intopia, which is a butterfly farm.
What about these things back here? What are those?
We are here to see tons of beautiful and amazing butterflies.
Oh, but look, there's these huge, monstrous, I don't know what they are. What giant insects.
Let's go look for some butterflies. A tip for you, we bought our tickets on Klook ahead of time, and we saved a couple of dollars on each ticket. And I'm gonna put a link down below. You also get to skip the line, which is always a positive in our book.
All right, enjoy it.
Thank you. Not able to film. The first butterfly, right here. Woo! Just walked through a cave and emerged on the other side of this very nice waterfall, surrounded by koi fish down at the bottom, and apparently my first butterfly. We are past the waterfall now, and we've gone up just a short walkway and are sort of at our first opening, and there are butterflies everywhere, and I can't even tell you how many kinds we've already seen. There's this brown pair that's kind of playing with each other, there's white with orange tip, there's white, there's yellow. We've seen at least a half a different kinds of butterflies without even moving. They just kind of are playing around us. It's really cool. Looks like they leave out stations to feed the butterflies to encourage them to be near people. And this one is in the shape of a butterfly, which is kind of cool. short walk through another cave enters us, I think, into Natureland maybe, with this really kind of picturesque dome. This whole area is covered by cage to keep the butterflies in the enclosure. Yes, that was just on my stomach. I did not scream to my credit.
It really likes you.
Is this a moth? It's the biggest butterfly moth thing I've ever seen. I would estimate that this one is 6 or 7 inches wide. Wow. It's kind of a brownish purple in color. We just walked through a grotto area and have emerged onto the Aroma Trail. This particular section is the one I was most excited about because I anticipate that the flowers here are gonna smell amazing. Also, if you come here, you should know that it is even more humid in the butterfly area than it is outside, which we did not expect. So I engaged my personal air conditioning. What'd you do, Bill?
I don't know, but it's impressive. I got nothing.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that one of the first flowers that we're seeing, this one right here, is Heather, which is also my name.
It is incredibly difficult to capture these butterflies in film, especially when they're flying around. It's a bit like the advice I was given on a whale watching tour one time. Basically, point your camera in whatever direction and wait until a butterfly pops in the frame.
Well, today I would say that the Aroma Trail smells green and fresh, but not necessarily like flowers. There aren't a lot in bloom. There are a few, but I think the scent of them kind of mingles with the overall scent of a forest. I believe that we have entered now the final section, which also is called David's area. And I think I read something online about this being the inspiration for everything. So my guess is that this is the original butterfly garden. Did it land on me?
Hasn't landed yet.
I believe this is the original butterfly farm area. And they've saved the best for last. This one has a lot of special features, so I'm excited to walk through it. Well, we just found where the restaurant is. We had a deep fried fish thing covered in a rather spicy sauce, and Bill had a nutmeg beverage that tasted like its name. Well, it is about 3:15, and at 3:30 there is a release program of butterflies that have hatched that have not yet taken their first flight. It's back at the start, which I'm not really sure how to get there, but I'm really excited to see some brand new butterflies take their very first flight ever. This giant butterfly that we just filmed, it is so fast. By the time we're trying to film it, it's already left. It's so big it looks like a hummingbird. It's giant, it's beautiful, it's sort of red and green, and it is fast. I'm so glad we got it.
Gentle touch.
You're welcome. Oh, it's feisty.
Release it. Alright, so congratulations, you guys just witnessed the first fly of the flamingo. First, the butterfly will back the empty container.
Wow.
This is one of the butterflies that just took its first flight. It's not feeling like it's wanting to fly very much. Just happened to land on someone's finger, and here we are. Just beautiful up close. See so much more detail.
Hey, be free. Go.
Looks drunk.
Ta-da! I guarantee this is the most photographed and videoed butterfly probably on the planet. The butterfly release was really cool.
That was fantastic.
They explain first the different stages of the butterflies and then hand them out to groups depending on how many butterflies that there are. And then on the count of 3, everybody releases at the same time and you watch the butterfly.
Oh, one just landed on the GoPro almost.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Sorry you couldn't see that.
We were filming ourselves, not what we're seeing. That's kind of a bummer. Anyhow, the release is definitely something that you need to go to if you come to Antopia Butterfly Farm. We have spent so long filming all the butterflies and everything that there is only 1 hour left and we haven't seen any of the indoor stuff yet. So that is where we're headed now. One last section. We have not seen this bright yellow one before. The bugs are huge.
Whoa. These are huge. Finally got to the promised enormous insects.
No.
Don't worry, that one's from Brazil.
And now we're not going to Brazil.
Where's that one from? Are we not going to that place either?
What is going on down here? This is like a shop? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the downstairs areas for kids. It's very educational about different things. I'm not sure what that first room was that we went in though. That just seemed to be like a Bug's Life store. I have no idea. This is really interesting. I think we'll hurry through this next section so we can make it to the shop before it closes.
Why is that?
No reason.
They're about that long each.
The largest ants I've ever seen in my life are in the first display. Oh my God. All right, Bill, you're up.
Creepy tunnel? Enter if you dare. I think this is maybe not made for adults. You might want to avoid this whole thing.
Yeah, you don't really have to tell me twice. I do not like the creepy crawlies. This is not for me. Pass. Oh my God, they're huge. Oh, no. Oh, Madagascar. It was nice knowing you.
I am happy to report I have never seen so many cockroaches in one place in my life. That was an absolute delight.
I think he's talking about the ending, but I thought the butterflies were amazing. This is definitely worth your time.
That's it for us in this video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.